Tuesday. Law enforcement says reports of love scams are on the rise, costing Americans nearly $1 billion last year alone. One trick to watch out for, low-tech deception online, such as using phony pictures. Dave Packer, ABC News.
Eric was way behind on his taxes.
I owed a lot of money to the IRS, almost $15,000. I tried to make payments.
The IRS wasn't satisfied with Eric's efforts, so they came after him full force.
They're coming to put a lien and a hold on all my income, my home, my car. I was just overwhelmed at what to do.
Then Eric called Optima Tax Relief.
When Optima Tax got involved, the calls would stop, the threats would stop. It was easy like 1, 2, 3.
Optima Tax Relief is A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, and their team of expert tax professionals took care of Eric's problem.
I owe $15,000, and now my debt is clean. I don't owe anything.
Take Eric's advice.
If you have a tax problem, you need to call Optima Tax now.
Call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
KHOW News Time, 10:03.
A family is mourning the death of an indigenous man from Denver who was on the state's first ever missing indigenous person alert. 27-year-old Wanbli Oyate Vigil Black Elk was found dead near West Conejos Place. He lived with his aunt, Jennifer Black Elk, who is grateful there was some effort from officials.
Good that finally somebody is taking our missing and murdered indigenous relatives serious.
The alert was made just days after the program was enacted, but the family claims it still took way too long. Police say the death does not appear to be suspicious and an investigation is underway. Recent snowstorms are helping to reduce the drought level in Colorado. The U.S. Drought Monitor's weekly report shows the total amount of drought in the state has gone from 86% to 60%. The amount of severe drought in the state dropped from 31% to 13%. Denver is in the state's drought-free zone for the first time since the summer of 2021. That's the latest. I'm Chad Bauer.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Think It Up.
Very few complaints on the Denver roads and freeways as we hit that 10 o'clock hour. I-25 north and southbound back to highway speeds from one end of town to the other after several incidents on the roads this morning. Over on the southeast end of town, I-225 northbound looks like we've got a crash on the ramp to 17th Place. However, delays are minimal. I-70 east and westbound, no complaints throughout the Denver metro from the foothills to DIA and back again. Fox 31 pinpoint weather, mostly cloudy skies, but warming up starting today and throughout the rest of the week. We've got a high of 42 degrees this afternoon, overnight low of 20, tomorrow high of 44. The current temperature in Denver is 28 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Think It Up is an initiative to activate student-powered, teacher-led learning projects. Students and teachers, how can you spark great learning experiences in your classrooms today? Join at thinkitup.org.
This year is the year to learn a new language with Rosetta Stone. No matter what's inspiring you to learn a language, travel, work, family, or just for fun, the Rosetta Stone app makes it easy to get started and stay motivated to reach your goals. Right now, get a lifetime unlimited subscription with forever access to all 25 of Rosetta Stone's languages for 40% off. Visit rosettastone.com today and save 40%. Rosetta Stone, how language is learned.
If you're looking for a safe conservative investment, becomethebanker.org. That's where you'll find Joe Chiano, a licensed certified financial advisor, with two goals: to provide safe guaranteed returns and income for life. He has two products: Become the Banker, which is overfunding life insurance for tax-free returns, or a guaranteed retirement pension. Find out about both. becomethebanker.org. Income for life. becomethebanker.org.
Inflation Salvation. Keep listening every weekday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. for your chance to win $1,000. Just listen for the hourly keyword, then enter it at khow.com.
I'm on it every hour. It was so easy.
Thank you so much.
Sponsored by Guy Rees.
Brighten your home and save 10% on Benjamin Moore paint by joining the Guy Rees loyalty program. Stop by a store or go to GUIRYS.com to sign up today. Guy Rees, your neighborhood paint store since 1899.
Denver's talk station has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Credit. That's credit. Enter it now at khow.com. Inflation Salvation on 630 KHOW.
Ripped off is gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hey, this is Tom Martino. Welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere in the universe. This hour brought to you by waterpros.net. The best water system at your kitchen sink for all the drinking water you want for the lowest price, under $1,000. You will never do better than waterpros.net. You got my word on that. 303-862-5554. Welcome. Kevin Calkin here for Car Day. And we welcome you, Kevin. What is newest in cars? The frigid cold. Did it bring out people who delayed maintenance?
Well, it's starting to now. We're always about a week past. So the ice, the snow, hit curbs, won't start. Everybody waits till it clears, and then they start bringing them in.
Right, but the cold, the extreme cold.
Yep.
I heard that people depend way too much, and the one system in their car they forget about most, the one system, cooling system.
Yep.
They think about oil.
But if you look online, you got lifetime antifreeze, you have lifetime oil, you have.
Do you believe in
No.
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 Lifetime antifreeze is a recipe for disaster.
Yeah, it is. For the dollars you save, pennies you save, you lose.
And we have Garrett with us from 888 Heating. And Garrett, how many on your fleet do you have extra problems in the cold?
Yeah, we definitely spend more on maintenance on our trucks in the cold for sure. Our guys still have to get out, maintain all those systems, and we get a lot of phone calls when that happens. So.
A ton of them. And so, yeah, now people, what's the one thing? Well, okay, what do people neglect the most?
I would say air filter changes and regular maintenance.
I even do that. I forget about it. You got to put a tickler or something on your phone. Mark, do you really change your filters once a month during the heating? Come on, be honest.
The furnace?
Yeah.
No. No. I do.
You really?
Absolutely.
How do you remind yourself?
My filters show up from Amazon each month.
Yeah, that's how I do it.
That's a great idea. You actually have auto delivery?
I have a subscription, too.
That is a great idea.
We actually have that subscription on our website now.
You send them out?
We send them out monthly, yeah.
Yep.
You can go to our website, order filters.
I couldn't remember either.
And get them up to your house.
Wow, that is cool. They can get that at 88heating.com?
Yes, they can.
Nice.
Is it as much as, how do you match prices with Amazon, do you know?
Yeah, our prices are pretty much in line with Amazon. Some filters a little more due to shipping. We don't have Amazon shipping, but, it's
Steve has a problem with, or not a problem, or a question, something about a pension. Hey, Steve, what's going on with you?
Good. Just got a problem I'm trying to deal with.
Okay, how can we help you, Steve? Talk to me about it.
All right. Well, let me explain, first of all, that my wife had retired from the federal government in February of 2020. She started collecting Social Security at the age of 63. And both her and myself were
Was she working at the time she was collecting her Social Security?
No.
Okay. So when did she retire from the federal government?
February 28th, 2020.
Okay, let me just put that down. February 28th, 2020. And then she started getting her Social Security, and she was 63.
Yes.
Okay.
So both her and myself were covered under her Blue Cross Blue Shield federal employee health insurance. And after she retired, then it was paid for through her pension plan.
That's right. So wait a minute. When you say through her pension plan, so in addition to Social Security, she had a pension plan?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So she had both, and so she started collecting Social Security, plus she had a pension plan.
Yes.
And that's the federal pension plan.
Yes, it is.
Okay. And then along with that, she had her premiums being paid for health insurance.
Yes.
Okay. What's going on now?
So in February of 2022, at the age of 65, she became eligible for Medicare health insurance through the Social Security system.
That's true. That's right.
So she kept the FEP or the Blue Cross Blue Shield insurance along with Medicare.
Are you? Wait, I'm not sure you're allowed to keep both of those, but anyway, I'm not an expert on that. Keep going. What happened?
Okay, so she kept those until I became eligible for Medicare in April of 2022.
Okay, I get all of that. So in other words, here's what she was trying to do. She's older than you, so she was trying to protect you. So when she went on Social Security, she kept paying for her health insurance with the pension, and then when she got Medicare, she still did it, even though, you know, she had Medicare. Now the problem is what?
So when I became eligible for Medicare in April of 2022, and I became 65 years old, then I got my insurance through Social Security, and now we don't need the Blue Cross Blue Shield insurance anymore because we're both covered under Medicare.
Yes.
So the result was that we were double covered from March 2020 until the end of March 2022.
Okay, you know who we should have on for this? We should have on Integra Insurance for this one. It's a health insurance. But let's talk to Gary Hansen from Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies. Gary, I appreciate you being here, too, with retirement like this. I want to ask you a couple of questions, Gary. People can retire, and they can keep both Medicare and their private insurance. Can they keep both? Do you know that?
Good morning. Good morning, Tom. Yes, they can. They have the choice of doing that. In fact, the federal government, you know, their plans are pretty sophisticated, and believe it or not, there's about 20 options available for people under the Medicare plans when those folks retire. But they could certainly enroll in a Medicare plan and keep their coverage, in this case, through Blue Cross and Blue Shield as the
Okay, now, he kept the coverage, but for some reason they were double insured. Steve, why didn't your wife actively cancel it after you became eligible for Medicare?
Yeah, once we both became 65 years old, we wanted to suspend, not cancel, but suspend our Blue Cross Blue Shield insurance so that we wouldn't be double covered.
What do you mean suspend?
We wouldn't have to.
What do you mean suspend? You cancel it. You don't need it anymore. Why would you keep it?
Well, that's a good question, but we were attempting to suspend it.
I don't even understand that, but okay. I mean, but you should have canceled it. Something got lost in translation. But still, Gary, can he go back and prove they were not at risk and therefore get that premium back?
That's a question I don't dare answer, Tom, but let me tell you what I would do, Steve, if I were you. I would reach out to the government has an Office of Personnel Management, which has to do with the federal government's Human Resource Department. Go to OPM, which is Office of Personnel Management, and Personnel Management, and ask them what options you have. First of all, have them verify if you were double coverage for that period of time.
Well, hold on. Have you since, Gary, this is all good information, and we're going to get Integra Insurance on to talk about when you're double covered. But I want to ask something of Steve. And, Steve, I want you to go to that department that he told you about, and we can repeat that. But I want to ask something. Are you canceled now on that double coverage?
No, I'm still paying for it.
Why?
Okay, well, to suspend this, we had to fill out the appropriate forms. It's a RI 79-9 and an SF 2809. The government forms.
I don't care about the numbers. Here, I'm just asking you something. Why the hell would you be? When did you become eligible for Medicare?
In April of 2022.
And okay, so you're telling me from last April till now, you're still paying for private health insurance even though you're on Medicare?
Yes.
That doesn't make sense. Why would you do that?
Well, we tried to suspend it. We sent the forms in
you keep
to
using
OBP.
this word suspend. What the hell are you?
OPM.
What? Can I ask you? Why didn't you just cancel it?
Well, I don't think it matters whether you cancel it or you suspend it.
But just
The
what
form
was the idea
allows
of suspending? Hold on a second. We just have a fundamental problem here. I don't think that these people did anything correctly and therefore have been double covered. However, can they get their money back? We're going to ask Integra Insurance. Now, Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies, they know a ton about all of this. You heard them talking about what to do with Medicare, what to do with your pensions. Their number is 970-663-3211, rpcenter.com. Now we'll get Integra to talk about this. Plus, we have some other questions all coming up.
Are you thinking about selling your home? With Orchard, you can skip the typical headaches and hassles of listing a home and go straight to getting an all-cash offer. It's simple. Once Orchard determines your home value, they make you a cash offer. Then, when Orchard sells your home for more than they paid you for it, you keep all the profit. If you're ready to maximize your earnings on your old home and minimize the stress of selling it, you need to try Orchard. Visit Orchard.com and see how you can get an all-cash offer today. Orchard, it's the new way to home.
Get your beautiful countertops at the Art of Granite. And it's more than granite. Natural stone, quartzite, marble, and more. Did you know, Mark, quartzite is a natural stone, but quartz is an engineered stone?
No, I didn't.
Yeah. Now, you see, quartz is where they engineer it and put it all together, and that's that beautiful uniform color. It's one of the most popular countertops. Anyway, you get all of those countertops, whether man-made, engineered, or natural stone, from theartofgranite.com. This month, 20% off labor and a free kitchen sink, plus a free bathroom sink with your bathroom vanity. All countertop material at cost. Tear out and haul away is free. 303-386-5919. Theartofgranite.com.
I always wanted to learn Spanish, but I never thought I'd have the time. Then I discovered Babbel.
Babbel.
We got a few minutes? Yeah, we got a few minutes to go back on. Yours is Pro Auto Care, right? Or is it something else?
Sheridan Auto Tech.
Sheridan Auto Tech.
Yeah.
You guys have been on the show forever.
Yeah. No, it's been a good run. Oh yeah, no, we're up in Colfax and Watts. Yeah, too far. Which one is he? 888.
What's that?
Which company is he?
888.
Kind of surprised this guy across the street from me is laying people off in the HVAC.
Oh, that is well. We're getting to that season. This year's a little different, but we're getting there. They're going to go through a pretty long phase here where they don't got shit till it gets hot.
Really?
Mm-hmm. It's not there yet, though, by any means. I mean, like after whatever, maybe his employees just suck.
So the doctor to the billionaires will be coming on.
Who's that?
Ron Rosedale to talk about that study you found.
Oh, does he know about it?
Yeah, I want you to bring. Well, yeah, he's looking at it. You know what he said? He said he looked at it when it came out. It was a few months ago.
Yeah.
And it was so ridiculous. He thought, well, it's never going to get traction. So he literally put it out of his mind. He said he would love to talk about it. And if you can make sure you have it up, Mark, because you knew a lot about it. I want you to talk about it like you did yesterday, like where you're about the ridiculousness, because I know you familiarize yourself with it.
I love this fucking house, man.
What house?
This one. I'm going to probably fly out and look at it.
Where?
Same place in Slidell. I've been waiting for something I just love.
Can I see it?
Yeah, I'll send you a link right now. It's fucking gorgeous.
How much?
This one is $7. It's right. It's so beautiful.
You think it's a good investment?
Yeah, I think I fucking might just build a studio there. I fucking love it, dude. This winter's been really fucking cold.
No, I know.
Check it out. I just sent it to you.
Okay.
Well, especially out where you are.
Fuck.
I lived out in Elizabeth. You know, I was out there about 10 years.
So, right before we were flying out, we had 16 inches of fucking snow, man. I plowed. I do my neighbors too, but I plowed for 4 fucking hours. It was cold as shit, and then we were negative 16 or 17 fucking degrees for a day, and then we were below zero for like 3 straight. It just got fucking cold, man.
It's been a cold winter.
It really has been a cold winter. This one's got 2 boat docks, 2 boat lifts, one for a 50-foot tom, 2 gourmet kitchens. The outside area is unbelievable. It's got an enclosed swimming pool, hot tub, indoor sauna. This motherfucker's beautiful. Gated community, so when we're not there, I don't got to worry about bullshit. And it's on a huge body of water. You're probably you're 5 minutes by boat to Pontchartrain, and then another 45 minutes to the Gulf or hour, depending on how fast you're cruising. I've got the RV thing. I want to get a fucking boat. I know everybody fucking says don't get a boat, but fuck them. I want a goddamn boat. I have so much fun. Anytime I've rented a boat.
You gonna go alligator hunting?
Fuck. Do they live in salt water? I don't think they do.
I want to say this, and I don't mean to be an old fart. My joy in life was my load-up phase. My bus, my house, my horses, my
cars.
No, I'm telling you the truth. It brought joy to me. When I brought that bus home and I had you working on it and having it. Now my joy, I swear to God, is shedding things. And I don't mean that because I'm getting ready to die. It just means, no. I mean, like, it brings me joy to be minimal.
Yeah.
You know,
I know exactly what you mean.
But I still love things, but now I want to concentrate more. But everyone, and it's a phase everyone goes through. I call it the load-up phase, and I don't mean that as a bad thing.
No.
I think it's a good thing.
But you just don't need to go in 20 directions.
Right.
Just 2.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK. Okay, I'm going to bring up John Jones Jr. John, thank you very much, sir, for being here with Integra Insurance. It's open enrollment still. People better get their asses in gear. John, when open enrollment closes, they can't buy health insurance, right?
Unless they have a qualified life event. Yes, sir. So qualified life event, marriage, divorce, birth of a child, adoption, moving outside of a coverage area, so moving from another state, loss of coverage, either Medicaid or through a job or through employment, things like that would be qualified life events. But yeah, for the majority of people, open enrollment, which ends January 15th, that's the deadline.
Now, why is it January 15th? I thought it was December 31st. Why does
There's 2, right?
Well, they give you have the ability. They extended it to not have it just be such a narrow, because typically it's November 1st to December 15th gives you that January 1st effective date. But you have another month. You have up until January 15th to get a February 1st effective date, and then it's done.
All right.
So, yeah. So if you enrolled today, you couldn't get it covered back to January 1st. It would be for February 1st.
Okay, but you can still get it, and that's really important. Now, let's go to Steve and his situation. Now, I just want to I'm going to abbreviate it. When Steve's wife became eligible for Medicare, she kept private insurance for her husband, who is younger, through her job that she retired from, federal government. So they had private insurance and Medicare. Then he became eligible for Medicare in April. He went on Medicare, and their private insurance, he said, they attempted to suspend. I don't know what that means. But in any case, they've been double covered and still are, and they can't seem to cancel. Is it, Steve, Blue Cross and Blue Shield?
That's correct.
Why is that, John? Why won't they can't cancel it? And I want to know this. If they can prove they both had Medicare and that Blue Cross and Blue Shield was not at risk, can they get those premiums back?
I mean, I guess there's certainly questions to ask here, because yes, when you become Medicare eligible, that's that's a special enrollment for you. Special enrollment, that's your initial enrollment period for Medicare. You can go on to Medicare and terminate any other coverage that you have at that point in time. So was it the employer that was not allowing? Well, I
Yes,
don't understand
that's what we don't. Steve, how did you suspend, as you put it, Blue Cross and Blue Shield?
Okay, so there's some forms that we had to fill out, suspension forms. And on these forms, you can either cancel your FEHBP or you can suspend it. Why we chose suspension, I don't know. We have
John, would that make a difference that they chose suspension and not cancellation? Would that make a difference?
Is this through federal employment,
Yes.
government job?
Yes.
Yeah, with the Office of Employee OPM.
Right. No, forgive me. I'd have to look into it. That just doesn't make sense. Why? Because suspension still sounds to me like you would be. It still sounds to me like you are putting it on hold to maybe get it later. Because if you're on Medicare, for example, like let's say you have a job, you have benefits, and you decide that you're going to go on Medicare. So you go on Medicare, you drop your benefits, but then later, 3 years down the road, you get another job that offers you benefits, and for whatever reason you decide you want that instead, then yes, you can go back onto health insurance through an employer at that point in time and suspend Medicare, basically, until when you.
But no matter what, the bottom line is this: it continued, and they kept paying. How much have you been paying for this?
We pay $420 or $409 last year. So for the 9 months of last year, we paid $409.87 a month.
Have you attempted to get a refund claiming you were double covered?
Well, we submitted the paperwork, and we did it by certified mail and by fax, and we can't get them to respond. You can call OPM right now on their phone number, and you can't get through. We have not been able to get through for 10 months.
Is that your HR?
John, what does he do? What would you do?
You've contacted your HR, I assume. You've reached out to your previous employment.
Yeah, did your wife reach out to the federal government where she worked and say to them, we have been being billed this entire time?
That's a good question. I don't know the answer.
All right, would you do me a favor? Find out. That's where we have to end this. You must find out if she has talked to HR. She needs to talk to HR where she works, and she needs to make sure they help her cancel this. We can put someone on it. I first want that. Steve, you can call us back. I promise you we will remember the case and assign it to someone. By the way, Integra Health Insurance, if you need to get insurance before the 15th, they can go through and find the best plans for you. 303-466-5500, 303-466-5500.
You looking for a new house?
What's that?
Looking for a new house?
Yeah, I love
A second house. They want to go and have some a getaway, warm weather.
Yeah, we want Florida. We're looking at Florida.
Yeah, this is Louisiana. Florida would be more of we're going to live in Florida.
Yeah, my wife's got friends down there, so.
You're going to spend, a good house, a nice house on the water in Florida is a lot of fucking dough, man.
It's about $1 million for a decent one.
Especially if you want to be on intercoastal or anything.
You get into the Keys and shit. You're 2-3.
Well, we got a friend that just bought one down there for just like 1.1 right off a canal off of Madeira Beach area. Beautiful area. So.
This one's right, so you zoom out here.
But yeah, it's more expensive. You go inland, those houses are like a quarter the price.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's Pontchartrain. So you're right. You're 2 minutes to this lake.
You know, I like lakes. Oceans, there's a lot of big stuff.
Well, here's the ocean. Here's the golf.
I grew up on the ocean.
I'm not a big ocean guy. I like the ocean, but.
So here's golf.
Hold on, guys. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. Frank knows the market, being here nearly 30 years, selling more homes than anyone, well, we don't know that for sure, but we know he's in the top 95, 98%. I'll tell you why. He sells more in a month than most sell in a year, and more in a year than most sell in a career. He can give you a market analysis of your home, accurate, because he sells homes just like yours. And he will give you a full, complete analysis of what it will sell for in this current market. Call for a free analysis, no obligation. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, 303-920-1622. Hey, if you want some extra cash, DavidEllisJewelry.com, 3rd and Clayton. He'll take care of all of your needs. He'll buy your vintage jewelry, not just junk. He'll buy vintage estate jewelry, used watches. But if you want to sell just crap like you have tangled messes in a drawer, mismatched earrings, he'll buy that too. Whatever it is, think David Ellis Jewelry and get some extra cash. 3rd and Clayton, 303-322-8779.
The outdoor areas are they're fucking beautiful.
You could have checked for that.
That fucking internal oven.
Is that nice?
Dude, it's only 700.
No pool? What the hell?
It has a pool.
Oh, I'm just kidding.
And a hot tub and an indoor sauna.
It's an indoor pool, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you have to have those for the
Could you
plunge.
imagine? I couldn't imagine that in Colorado. It'd be like $3-4 million.
That? Not even on the water.
$5
house would
million.
be fucking $2
million.
This in Florida on the water is $2 million.
Yeah.
Like I said, I mean, when we retire, we'll do that. But I don't have $2 million for a fucking second house.
That's fucking amazing.
That's an amazing house.
That's an amazing house for the price. Holy
But I wonder what the maintenance on
Look
this
at the
would be in a
closet.
year.
Well, you definitely got maintenance.
Well, we'd be there quite a bit. Well, I'd hire someone for the lawn.
Well, you gotta have
Where is it exactly?
Louisiana.
What city?
Slidell. Gated community. It's fucking beautiful.
You got a boat right off the back of that sucker.
It's got 2 boat lifts. One's a 50-foot fucking boat garage.
Golly.
And the other one, see, look at the size
I
of that.
couldn't imagine. I mean, you get one of
Look
those.
at
How long has it been on the market?
You got these.
Not long at all.
You got these private.
38 days.
These private lakes in Colorado. Those houses are too.
I know, but would you want to live in
And it's not even close-
Louisiana
stuff like
full
that.
time?
Close to
No.
that.
No, but I think we'd be there fucking 4 or 5 months a year.
That's beautiful, dude.
The ultimate would be meet the neighbors, have them kind of look over the house when we're not there, and then have friends and shit use
How
it.
close are you to pulling the trigger on something?
I'll probably fly out and look at this next week.
Beautiful. Well, congratulations on whatever house you decide.
Listen, man, we've been looking for fucking 8 months. So
Jesus.
I don't like that you can't make these pictures. Oh, you can make them.
there's a lot of shit. That's the problem. There's a lot of shit that got damaged. What was the big hurricane?
Oh,
in
yeah.
05?
Oh, yeah.
Katrina. It got really bad and they didn't have money to fix it, so there's still shit out there.
Come on,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
I don't want to fucking fill anything
There
out.
you go. Go backwards. I mean, it's the indoor is beautiful. I mean, it's all brand new shit, but so that's a 50
Commercial
I
footer.
get it, bro.
And then
Well, yeah,
there's a
bring your
fucking 30
catch
footer.
in and
Holy crap.
cook and
Well, yeah.
fillet and whatever you're going to do.
You just get a big old fish in there and just start
It's fucking beautiful.
sawing it up or whatever.
Look at this fucking outdoor. That's right. That's
This
in
is-
there.
this
Now
is-
look at this. This is
No,
weird.
but that's
Look
cool.
at this
cool.
gourmet
Yeah.
kitchen.
No, it
This
is.
is the second one.
Yeah, that's a
This
big pool
is
for
for
me,
the
my wife
outdoors.
and kid.
Wait a minute, Mark.
Yeah.
This
This whole
right
thing is-
here.
This is a
Got kids, friends
secondary.
down
No.
there,
gourmet.
kids.
Do you know why there's a mirror there?
We're going.
Somebody shot a show here
You know,
because it
I know
shows
that
what
they
you're
moved
doing down here.
Oh,
That is for
they moved to
that's for
Louisiana?
shooting,
Oh,
and there's a projector or a camera. I'm serious. This was set up for some kind of TV show. I'm not
Look at the fucking equipment they
Yeah.
have. This is all like literally fucking
commercial.
equipment,
Oh,
and then
look
the
at that.
actual kitchen inside is fucking.
Well, where's this kitchen and why?
That's it. That's an
That's
out,
off the dock.
It's an out because everybody's outside in these fucking.
Oh,
neighborhoods.
fucking motherfucker! This is a $5 million property in Colorado, but you see, it's not in Colorado.
It's all,
I mean, I'm sure they're
California
pricing it for the market,
Look at the pool.
but to keep this mucker air conditioned.
It's got 3 ACs,
Oh, yeah. Wow.
saltwater pool, hot tub, and then indoor sauna. Here's it. Look, it's got a Viking. Go back one. You can see it.
It's just amazing.
Look at the fucking
I know.
appliances.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah. I wish my
Well,
wife's friends would move to Louisiana.
If you don't have fucking
Golly.
cash, no one's buying shit right now.
We just
got
moved my
8%.
mom from Florida.
Yeah.
My dad passed away a couple of years ago, and she was on her own.
Yep.
She wanted to try it.
Yeah, it's too much.
Stephanie and I looked in
California.
There's a beach. There's a water community a little north of there. It wasn't summer, but it was maritime. Where were we? She was the Christian Broadcasting Network, wherever that's located.
I don't know.
No idea.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Listen to this story from Craig.
Yes.
Craig, what is happening, sir?
Good question. There's a wing nut in my ice cream.
A wing nut. You ordered
wing
ice
nut.
cream at Culver's.
I did.
And you found, now, did the wing nut do damage?
No, not directly, but my daughter threw up because it was so disgusting. It was all.
Wait,
it was
a
just,
wing nut, she threw up?
Yeah, she threw up. I got the wing nut, and she saw it, and she took pictures of it for me, and then she went to the bathroom because she couldn't hold it, and it was just disgusting. And they will not return my calls. They absolutely will not return my calls.
I want to talk to you about it because I want to be very practical and tell you about my 40 some odd years of experience and what has happened with foreign objects in food. Okay?
Okay.
This is going back 40 some odd years. We've handled about 20, 25 cases.
Okay.
When people find foreign objects in their food, it's worth absolutely nothing unless, number one, it was intentional, or number two, hold on, it did actual damage.
So we had one, it's probably about 3 years ago, maybe a little sooner, but it was from Red Robin in Castle Rock. The woman bit down on a bone, and it chipped her tooth.
Yes.
They wouldn't do jack.
Yeah.
We got involved, and we helped her go through the small claims action, and they ended up paying like $3,500 for the dental bill, but she had damages.
Right. And pain and suffering is almost never, ever paid because there's very seldom pain and suffering. However, it has happened. There have been serious ingestions of foreign objects. But if you merely found a wing nut and it shouldn't have been there and it made your daughter throw up, I would venture to say you will never, ever find one attorney to take the case for any kind of money at all, and that they probably are not calling you back because they know that. That's the sad truth. Now, what I would do if I was them, I'd call back and offer a gift certificate or something. But here's what I want to know, and I want honesty from your heart. What were you expecting, and what do you think you should get? Let me just ask that first. And I really, there's no right answer. I'm just curious, and I ask this of everyone this happens to. I just ask out of curiosity, what do you think this particular case is worth?
Absolutely nothing. Everything I want is what I'm getting right now. I'm letting millions of people know what happened. You're doing for me exactly what I want. That's all I want.
Okay, so which Culver's was it?
Fountain location.
Which location? Where is it?
Fountain, Colorado.
Fountain? I didn't even know they had one in Fountain.
Yeah, they have one.
Now, how do you think it got in there, seriously? Because it comes out of an ice cream machine. Do you think it flowed out? It was mixed in and then flowed out?
I don't know. I just assumed it fell off the machine.
That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. But why? Was it rusty?
No, but it was tarnished.
Okay. That's odd. Huh. And you called them. They didn't even have the courtesy to return your call.
Yeah, let me tell you how that went. I called, and someone answered. It was not an 800 number. I had to call Wisconsin. It was a toll number. And I was told that the owner would call me back. Now, I waited like 8 days, no call. So I called again, that same number, and they said, we're only available from 8 in the morning till 5 in the afternoon. Well, it was 11:30 in the morning.
Got it.
So that they disconnected me. So I called the 800. I found an 800 number.
Right.
And I called them, and they said this number is no longer in service. They make it very hard for you to contact them. So I went into the store, and I saw a manager, and she could not have been more nonchalant. Her attitude was just like, "Oh, that's nice. You want fries or onion rings with that?"
Okay,
And,
I get it. They're morons. That's what I call it. They're not properly trained. I think we should have someone call the manager anyway and tell him. What do you think? Hold on. Suze, let's get Deputy Doc to call down there and just give him the wherefore art thou. Whatever the hell. Open up a can of whoop ass just for their lack of caring. Kathy, what's happening with you,
Hey.
Kathy?
So I had hired a general contractor and kind of had several changes in plans.
Who is this? Who did you hire?
Jane of all trades.
What is it called? Jack of all trades?
Jane
Jean.
of all trades. It's a female contractor.
Like
Erica.
Gean. Jean of all trades. Okay. And that's funny. And what did you contract her to do?
So we had hail damage in 2021, early 2021.
Uh-huh.
We had her come out. We researched, did our due diligence, researched her license, looked on Google reviews, Yelp reviews, all that good stuff.
Did you pay her
So
up
had her
front?
come out.
Did you pay her up front?
Yes.
How
so
much?
We signed over the insurance check. So we signed over in 2021.
How much was this insurance?
$8,900.
Hold on. How much was it?
$8,900.
Oh my God! And you never heard from her again?
No, there's more.
Go ahead.
So we signed a contract, and as the claim was going through,
And
we
how
had
much
talked to
was
her
the whole
about
job
all
going
of
to
the
be?
things.
You put down $8,900, but how much was the whole job going to be?
She said she could do it for that. She didn't have any problems with
Wait.
repairing the roof and the siding.
Wait,
and
so the whole job was $89, and you paid $89.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so keep going.
So we had talked to her about all the things that we had planned for our home, like the updating and remodeling. We were
Right.
going to do a little addition, stuff like that. So she said that she would hold those funds and then wait on the refinancing that we were doing. And then we could just put all of it towards going to do all those plans.
So hold on.
Unfortunately,
Kathy, I got to get this straight. Jean said the $8,900 she was going to give back to you?
She said she was holding it, whatever that means.
And then when you and then she said, and then when you get the extra money from refinancing, then you would put it all toward a new job. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Or additional work and the same job, whatever.
Did you put that in the contract
unfortunately-
that she was withholding that money or holding it?
Yes.
You signed a new contract.
Yeah, so when we signed the contract and signed that check over,
Got
it
it.
was for additional work.
But that check was for the hail damage. So how was it worded for additional work? I don't get it.
Well, hindsight, it wasn't worded very well.
And how?
if you
Well,
actually
let me
read
ask you
the
this.
contract-
Let me ask
ahead.
you this. You say it was for additional work. Well, how much was the additional work going to cost?
Somewhere around $80,000.
Was that on the check? Was that in the contract?
No, she hadn't done.
So
the,
wait. So let me get this
she
straight.
hadn't done that.
You hire a contractor. You signed over an $8,900 check for hail damage with an agreement that there would be future work, but no price was put on the contract.
Yeah, not at this point.
So what does the contract say? Does the contract say you're paying me $8,900 plus whatever else I want?
So We have two additional contracts as of.
Okay, we need to see these contracts. This is
2022.
so jacked up, Kathy. I don't know where you stand. So you have a total of 3 contracts. Is that right?
I have at least 2 that I can find because this has been going on for 2 years now.
Well, what are you calling about right now? Did the contractor ever do any work?
No. So this is what I'm calling you about. Is that in 2021, we started refinancing maybe middle of 2021. My husband got sick with COVID, was in the hospital, out of work for 4 months on oxygen. So the refinance didn't go through until March of 2022, which is when we came out. She did a full estimate for everything we wanted, which was obviously the hail damage repair.
So
HVAC,
she came out
furnace,
again in
AC.
March of 2022, and you did a new contract?
Yes, and that was with everything, with the hail repair.
And
HVAC
how much was all that going to be?
Water heater.
And what was that going to
That
cost?
was the one that was about $80,000.
What do you say about was it written? Was it written in the contract?
Yes.
Okay, so you did after refinancing, you did sign a written contract with a price.
Yes.
Okay, well, see, I asked you, dear, do you have a contract with a price? And you said you didn't. So you do. After refinancing in March of 2022, you signed a brand new contract, right? And the brand new contract specifies $80,000.
Yes.
Okay, so this $80,000 was to begin when?
This was supposed to be March. Let's see. So May.
Now
of
that
2022
$80,000 was that $80,000 in addition to the $8,900?
No, that would have been. I think it was 81 something.
Okay, I got it. I got it. Okay, so what's going on now?
So I am new to having anybody do anything for me. I always repair my own things.
Yeah, but apparently you don't know anything about contracts and trust and all that because you're getting ripped off. Kathy, we got to help you. I hope to God we can help you. Where does it stand today? Is this contractor hold on a second. Let me come back to you, okay? This is an example of how you screw yourself. Let's hope we can get her unscrewed. Can you believe people do this?
I mean, he looked it up. They literally have...
This report is sponsored by Tire Rack.
Back to quiet driving throughout the Denver metro as we approach that 11 o'clock hour. I-25 north and southbound. Absolutely no complaints into and out of the downtown area. I-70 east and westbound flowing free all the way from the Front Range foothills into the Denver metro to DIA and back again. On the south end of town, I-225 north and southbound, no complaints for our drivers in Aurora and DTC. Fox 31 pinpoint weather, mostly cloudy skies. Warming up this afternoon with a high of 42 degrees, overnight low of 20. Tomorrow, a high of 44 into the weekend. The current temperature in Denver is 31 degrees. With your impact traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
Nearly 3,000 teen drivers die in car crashes each year. Tire Rack Street Survival is designed to save lives. The one-day, hands-on driving school gives teens experience in car control through exercises that include emergency braking and skid recovery. Find a class near you at TireRack.com/survive.
Harris Family Law, a name I know and trust, and I can refer you to them for divorces, custody issues, separation, and especially mediation to save you thousands of dollars. Rich Harris heads a team of attorneys who specialize in different areas of divorce. Now, they can handle any aspect of your divorce or the entire divorce. It's called unbundled services. Plus, they do what's called collaborative law, where they agree with the other side not to file anything with the courts to keep costs down until the final decree. Why don't you call and find out more? HarrisFamilyLaw.com, 303-515-5000. That's 303-515-5000. So, it's New Year's Day. I get a panic call from someone wanting to hire a restoration company, and they don't want to be ripped off. And immediately, who do I send? Of course, you know, American Restoration 24/7. They were out there quickly, efficiently, immediately got rid of the water, started the blower fans, fixed the lower parts of the drywall and all that, or took them apart to avoid mold and mildew. And now they're going back to rebuild that area. That's AmRest247.com. I referred them. Customers are elated. You will be too. For fire, flood, broken pipes, asbestos, mold, anything that needs to be remediated, American Restoration 24/7, 8337 AM REST. That's AM REST. 8337 AM REST. Or online, amrest247.com.
Hi there, from Barry Miller, host of your greatest wealth building program, Saturday mornings, 9 a.m. Learn how to safely make 60 to over 100% on your money every year. 9 a.m. Saturday, 6:30, KHAP.
Watch the world's best horses and riders compete during the FEI Jumping, Dressage, and Vaulting World Cup Finals this April. Plan your trip to Omaha now for the spectacular competition, April 4th through 8th. Tickets available at Ticketmaster.com. Don't miss the acrobatics on horseback, vaulting, and dancing horses.
Lost in the health insurance maze? Don't go through that alone. Integra Insurance will be your guide, and they'll save you money. I'm consumer advocate Tom Martino, and I can tell you firsthand, Medicare is complicated, especially when it comes to choosing a supplemental plan. And I couldn't have done it without the help of Integra Insurance. They can help you too. Don't go through that alone. You pay nothing more to have the help of the licensed professionals at Integra Insurance. 303-466-5500. That's 466-5500 or IntegraInsurance.com.
Come out and celebrate Fan Appreciation Day, presented by Aero Electronics, when your Denver Broncos host the LA Chargers this Sunday, January 8th. Don't miss out on your last chance to cheer on your Broncos this season. We will be surprising fans throughout the game with prizes including United Airlines vouchers, free Bud Light for a year, plus 100 lucky fans will be invited to play catch on the field following the game. For tickets and more information, visit denverbroncos.com/fan appreciation.
My wife told me that I was waking her up most nights snoring. Sound familiar? Snoring, by the way, is often associated with sleep apnea, which can be life-threatening. At the Refresh Snoring and Sleep Apnea Center, Dr. Brenna McLean can help you with a custom-made dental device that for many folks allows you to avoid CPAP machines and surgery. I know because that's what I did at Refresh. You can get started with a free consultation. Learn more at refreshedsleep.com. That's refreshedsleep.com, and stop your snoring once and for all.
If you have damage to your home or commercial property and thinking about filing a claim, you should call Matt with Paragon Services. I'm consumer advocate Mark Major. Matt's a public adjuster. He knows how to fight the insurance companies and maximize your claim. Matt has got our listeners over 10 times the amount the insurance companies wanted to pay. Call Matt first for free advice. 719-726-0020. 719-726-0020. Or check him out at referralist.com.
Shop limited time deals at the Truckload event at Lowe's, happening now. Save big on your favorites across the store. During this event, get up to 50% off select tools and accessories. Plus, find the perfect floor tile for your home for less. Get up to 50% off select styles while you can. Head to your local Lowe's store or visit Lowes.com to shop the Truckload event today. Valid 12/29 through 1/25 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. See Lowes.com for details. Discount taken at time of purchase.
If you came across someone struggling with hunger, how would you recognize them? Would you notice the 16-year-old boy who got his first job?
Not for extra spending money, but to help feed his little...
Outrageous one was the Boulder Fire. It was a commercial building. They got an offer of $64,000 for smoke damage cleanup. He got him $2 million. I mean, you're talking
nice.
tenfold, more than tenfold. What is that? 30-fold, 40-fold?
Killing it, yeah.
Well, we got.
And he gets a check.
What
for
about the lady?
$200,000. Yeah.
The lady they asked.
Radio station.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. SentryRV.com for new and used RVs. 303-453-1111. Sentry RV. They got great RVs for you. All you have to do is call and get what you need when you need it. And you can even sell your RV up there. Exit 240 and I-25. That's the Longmont turnoff on the frontage road. SentryRV.com. So, Kathy, you said you did your due diligence with this contractor and checked out all the reviews in Google and online. There is zero online presence for this company. Zero. There is not one review. In fact, it says be the first to review. Where did you see reviews for this company, Kathy?
So the company is Jane of all trades.
Right.
Jayne.
Okay, try it. Jayne. We
so in
go ahead.
2021, she had a valid license and she had loads of good reviews. Since then, she now has a second fraud case, which is mine, against her that I've lodged with the deputy. She has 2 fraud cases. I know the other woman.
Jane of all trades has a website, but there is no. Do you have any Google reviews on them? Let's say there's a Yelp 2-star reviews on Yelp. She has a 2-star review on Yelp. What about Google reviews?
And I'm the reason for a lot of those.
Well, let's see how many. So what I'm saying is, where did you see reviews? They don't take them down, so where are they? Every review on Yelp is bad, not just yours. Every single one is bad. I want to know where the Google reviews that you found that were good, where are they?
So the ones that I counted on was the Better Business Bureau, which
oh my God in heaven, that
the
Better Business Bureau is a dinosaur, and you can't rely on them at all. I mean, they're the worst of the worst of the worst of the worst of the worst. The Better Business Bureau should go out of business. They are the worst. I mean, let me just bring up. Okay, here it is. Here's the Better Business Bureau's rating of her, 2 stars. So even the Better Business Bureau, which is a dinosaur, gives her a bad rating. So where did you find a good rating on her?
So in 2021, she was a 4.5 stars, and she had one
So you're saying she has gone down since.
The address.
All right, I'm not going to challenge you because I want to help you, but this woman's a bad egg. This might be Sleaze Brigade material. We need to try to call her. You have a phone number for her, right? Hold on. And we're going to come to all of your other calls at 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Let's go get him. Jane of all trades.
Greenberry.
If I was that other Jane, I'd change my business name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she probably did.
Mark, United, it's all touchless, so I have to save a credit card for beverages in the app. Do you want me to just use the saver one for that? Is that
Amex?
okay?
Anything on airplanes, Amex, because we get credit back on drinks and all that bullshit.
Okay.
I love Amex, man.
Boy, I'm so glad I'm not on the fucking Sleaze Brigade.
No, we just. What did you tell Rupert? Richard Roop.
Oh.
Fuck him, man. You know what happened? If you recall, about 2 years ago, he emailed us all the same shit, and you went in there and corrected it that needed to be correct. I think you had to change allegation, just very little shit, but you went in there and corrected everything. And I went through and read it again and looked at his email. There is not one fucking thing incorrect on Sleaze Brigade about him, period.
What kind of contractor was he?
He wasn't a contractor, man. This fucking guy had rental units.
Oh.
He was running a Ponzi scheme, in my opinion. He had about 60 rental units, and he was like selling percentages of them to people. I mean, it was just a big clusterfuck. But even the feds got involved, and this fucking guy did some hard time, and they took like 50 of his fucking properties.
Jesus.
He owed $1.7 million, I think.
Trying to be a mini Jeff Bezos or something.
Trying to be a mini fucking, who's the other guy? The pyramid guy.
Oh, yeah.
Bernie Madoff.
Bernie.
I can't think you could do that with properties. You could do that with mortgage notes, though.
That's what he was doing.
Selling part of his mortgage note?
He was basically, he'd have loans, and he'd be selling part of it as if he owned the property outright, but he had loans on it.
Well, you could do it if you own it outright. Right?
Well, you can do a lot of shit if you own it.
Yeah, but if you have
it's like me trying to sell your car to Kevin.
Yeah, but if you got a lien on it, it's not yours to do that with.
Yeah, he was a shyster, man.
Jesus, that's crazy. So he basically took all these people's money.
Yeah, I forget how much he left, but he fucking reaches out all the time because he still does property management.
Do you think most of those guys go into that with the idea that they are going to steal from them, or do you think they really believe that
I think in his case, and I really don't know shit about him besides the one caller why we got involved in it, but I think his intentions from the beginning were probably not what it led to.
Yeah.
So
They're just not smart enough to realize that the scheme just can't maintain
it can't.
itself.
Yeah, that's right.
They really believe that they're going to pull it off.
He would have to scale to like 900 properties or something that he just couldn't get.
Yeah, he just
there.
didn't understand how stupid his idea was until it started unfolding.
Well, most ideas come from somebody, though. You know.
Yeah.
You got the idea from some mortgage seminar, then you know. And
Oh yeah, I've heard some of it.
Yeah, you go to a mortgage seminar, the guy that just tells you how to do it never did it, right?
You know what I thought was ingenious was what Enron was doing. They had all these other companies that they owned, but yet they did own them. I mean, even on paper, they owned them. And they would sell, so company A would sell to company B and report those for sales and income. B would sell to C, C would sell to D. And all their balance sheets looked fucking unbelievable, but there was nothing there. There was
the worst part
nothing
about
holding it
Enron
up.
is they had a Big 8 accounting firm was substantiating all their balance sheets.
Yeah, I know.
That's the
long as they kept the stock up,
yeah.
They didn't have to really sell anything or do anything.
But there was anybody doing due diligence, because I think it was Arthur Anderson, wasn't it? That got whacked.
They were giving them the stamp of
You get a
approval.
stamp from Arthur Anderson. That's your due diligence right there.
Didn't Rosen get hit by Murdoch? Yeah, Madoff. Can you imagine losing fucking, $2-3 million from some guy?
No.
Well,
and he hung himself.
There are people who. Wait, Madoff didn't hang himself. His son did.
His son did.
Oh, his son did. Is Madoff still alive?
Yeah.
God damn.
There was one I was reading. There's one of these.
I did not know that.
He's thriving.
He's thriving in prison.
I can't remember what it was, but one of the exchanges or something, a judge ruled that by the way the contract was written, the people didn't actually own any of it. They signed it over to the.
Own nothing.
Yeah.
How about that crazy
Like BTX or one of those kind of places. The contract was written in such a way that when you signed it, you were giving your assets to them. So they have no stake in any of it. It's just everybody's trying to. Huh?
You stay the whole time?
I'm sorry?
You stay the whole time?
Yeah, most of the time, yeah.
I gotta get better with my schedule.
I just, I've gotten to the point, I closed my, I had a shop out in Aurora.
This report is sponsored by Discover.
The lease was up and everything, and it's just, you know what you're trying to get people. So I combined them, and quite honestly, right now, I don't have shit to do, which is fine with me. About once a week, I got to deal with something, but most of the time, I'm in there because I want to be.
Nice. Yeah, I'm not to that point yet.
Goodie box. Shit, we've all done it, dude. You bought a fictitious donut shop.
Hold on. No, airline.
We talk about how complicated other banks make it to redeem
No,
credit card rewards.
airline, Mark. Krispy Kreme.
We talk about how
Wait. You bought into a Krispy Kreme that didn't exist.
Talk about amazing.
Was that it? That's right. But I got the fucker indicted.
I got my guy indicted too.
And none of the other people testified because they were embarrassed. Like Adele Arakawa and other.
How much did he get from Adele? Do you know?
I don't know.
Oh, she wouldn't testify? Really?
He only got $50,000 from me.
His was really fucked up because it was his goddamn boss.
No, it was assignment editor. You're right, kind of. Yeah.
No shit. So he's going to his employees for sales.
Yeah.
Ooh.
For a donut deal. Remember, before Krispy Kreme, the franchises were worth a fucking shitload. That's what it was a Krispy Kreme franchise, I think.
Huh. At least there's only 50.
I had 5 fucking Goodyears, and my GM opened up a 6 that I didn't know about, which I didn't own, but I paid for it. Wow. $250,000, $100,000 in tires, about $100,000 in equipment.
And he was running that all through the other.
I didn't even know it existed.
Wow.
Fucking asshole. Talk about live and let learn, man. I don't think I'd ever have a GM again.
There's a buddy.
It would have to be someone I fucking knew. It'd have to be like Tom or Mikey. That's about it.
That's where I'm at with my GM problem. I had a few come in, and I just don't trust them enough.
fuck, man.
They've been to different companies. You know, it's like if you were good, you'd still be there.
Mm-hmm.
You know? It's like that's the problem. They got rid of you for a reason.
We were cutting a deal with Cooper.
Oh.
They're a pretty big deal back what 5-6 years ago.
Yep.
And
Cooper?
Yeah, they
You're
were
right.
in Costco. I think they still
Then
are.
they stopped. Why? All of a sudden?
No. Their GM out here parted ways with them, and then we kind of backed out of it at the last minute because
there was something going on.
That original GM was a good fucking guy, though.
Hey, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255, waterpros.net. For a whole house water softener under $2,000, you never beat that. In fact, compare that to $10,000 plumbers charge, waterpros.net. And I say the best at the lowest prices. I mean it, even for kitchen water. That's 303-862-5554. Let's keep going here, folks. Let's help you. Let's do what we can to help you, okay? Now, I want to take a call or two, and I'll come back to Kathy, but other people have been holding. So let me get to Rob. Rob hung up. He was holding the longest. I'm sorry. Rick is next. Rick, what's going on with you, Rick? How can we help you, sir? How can we help you, Rick?
Well, my question is pretty simple.
Yeah, sir.
My wife bought an RV.
Yeah.
So we got the insurance through Good Sam and all that good stuff. She was up, turned a corner, coming out of a gas station and scraped one of those iron posts. So put in a claim, no problem there. They sent me the obligatory, $1,200, and they said take it to this shop. And I said,
Well,
okay.
wait a minute. So the $1,200. Who adjusted it for $1,200?
Well, it was like one of their guys. I don't know who. It was
Okay,
all
got it.
and stuff. Anyway, so I called the shop and they said, yeah, it's we can do this, but we can't get to it for about 6-8 months. And I'm going, oops, that's RV stuff, I guess. So anyway, I got recommended to another shop, and I went down there and took it in. They said, great. Who's your insurance company? And I told them, and they said, well, we don't want to deal with you. And I'm going,
hey, Rick,
well, that's kind
so you did not get the $1,200 check, or did you?
Oh, I did. Yeah.
Well, then what difference does it make who you deal with if you have a $1,200 check?
Well, the repairs are going to cost more than that.
Then what's the $1,200 for? What's the $1,200 for?
Well, that was based on their estimate.
Well, wait, hold on a second. Did they say when you took the $1,200 that this is just a down payment?
Well, no, but I do have friends in the insurance business, and they basically said that after that, then they negotiate.
Not necessarily. It can go two ways. Let me explain this. The first way is where they adjust it to where they think the damage is, and you take full and final settlement. The second way is where they give you a check of what they think it is, and the body shop can put in additional claims. But I don't know the conditions of your settlement. I don't know if you did that or not. I have no idea.
Yeah. No, that was the deal.
Well, okay, hold on. Who says that was the deal? That I'm giving you $1,200, and if it costs more, they can put in an auxiliary claim. Who said that to you?
Well, that was when I went to the first body shop recommended by the insurance company, and it was Camping World's body shop.
And Camping World said what?
They said that, yep, they will, and they will submit any additional claims to the insurance company, and they'll work it out.
Okay.
So, because I didn't want to wait 6 months.
I got it. You went to the other place, and they won't deal with Good Sam. Did you go to a third place?
Well, yeah, I did, but that's another issue where they can't get to it for like another 6 months.
Okay.
The place I went to said they didn't want to deal with the insurance company because of rates. So anyway, they were tired of haggling with them, so they just refused to take it.
Okay.
So the question I have is, if I take it to that second store, the one that says they can get to it right away, except they want more, what if I pay for it up front and then I send the bill to the insurance company?
You can do that, but you may not get paid. They may say it was too much. They may say we would have negotiated lower. There might be a problem with that.
Yeah, that was kind of where I was going with this. That's kind of it's sticking you behind the 8 ball on that. You know,
Okay, listen. I don't know what to tell you. How important is it? Is it drivable right now?
Oh, it's very drivable.
Then I would use it until the good shop who deals with them all the time takes it. That's the way I would do it. If you're asking me my opinion, that's my opinion.
Now, in a follow-up, in an automobile accident, basically I've heard you can take it to any shop. You're not recommended to...
You can take your RV to any shop, too.
Yeah, okay. The rest of it just relies on negotiation with the body shop versus the insurance company. Then
here's the way the body shop should handle it. They should say, bring your thing in if they have an opening, and they should fix it. But you're responsible for any auxiliary damage if your insurance refuses to pay. But what happens is this. The body shop submits an auxiliary claim. The insurance company either yays or nays it. The body shop can choose to accept it or not. You can choose to pay extra or not. That's why it's always better to go to a shop that likes dealing with the insurance company and has done it before.
Okay, that's basically my question. Great. So I'll just bite the bullet and wait 6 months, and then life will be good.
Well, that's what I would do. You can always go to another shop, but you run the risk of negotiating and them not paying. I've never heard about Good Sam Insurance being bad. We've never really had complaints about them.
Anytime I've shopped them, they are twice as much as Progressive.
Really? And not good?
Well, I don't know if they're good or not. I'm not going to spend twice as much for the same coverage.
303-713-TALK. Okay, now, Kathy, what's going on with you, Kathy? What's happening? Oh, I'm sorry. This is not a new one. Kathy, let me go back to you. I want to anyway. I have it here. Okay, so everywhere we look, Jane of all trades has poor reviews, but you said at the time you hired him, pretty damn good. You signed an $80,000 contract. She gave you credit for the $89,000 already paid. So what's the problem today?
So I guess I was hoping if the pressure maybe from you guys calling or
in
maybe
March of
helping
22,
out in that way might help.
Since March of 22, when you signed that big ass $80,000 contract, has she even attempted to start the job?
So I have contacted her either by phone, text, email every single week, and every single week is a COVID-related delay.
What we need to do is put her on the sleaze brigade and go to war with her if she won't come on the air. I think we ought to call her right now and tell her we got a serious complaint and that we need to talk to her and give the number to Suze. Suze will try to get her on the air, and if she won't come on the air, we're going to war with her. We're going to war with her. Because this is very serious, and we will get the word out, and we will put pressure on her. I promise. You hold on. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Richard, this sounds serious. What's going on?
A week from today, water main broke in Aurora and flooded.
Are you
our
a
basement
psychic?
3 feet.
No, a week from today. He means a week ago today. A week ago.
A week ago.
We got you, bro.
No, I'm not a psychic.
Yeah, good catch.
A week ago, it flooded our basement. We had 3 feet of water in our basement. They got it shut off. Had it not got shut off, it had flooded more. So.
And what was it from? Was it from the city?
Yes, the city of Aurora. A big water main break.
Okay.
And so here's where we're at now. Our insurance paid us $5,000. It's already in the bank, but it ruined our hot water heater, our furnace, our washer,
you
and our
need to
dryer.
make one call, and I am not kidding at all. You call Matt at Paragon Services, and I guarantee our next conversation with you is that $5,000 went to probably 100 plus.
Now, Mark, explain, please. Matt at Paragon Services.
He's a public adjuster.
Tell him what he does.
He fights for you, man. He's going to call up your insurance company and say $5,000's ridiculous. I looked over the policy. Here's what you owe him. And he's going to tell him whatever he thinks he owes him, along with his contractors that go out there and figure out exactly how much it is. Then he only gets paid
on the additional amount he gets for you. Let's say he gets you $95,000 more. He only gets 10% of that $95,000. That's how public adjusters work. But some charge $20, $25. Matt charges $10.
Now listen, I have a serious question for you, bro. Are they refusing to pay for the water heater and furnace? Because that should be a slam dunk.
Who is they?
Richard.
Our insurance paid $5,000, and then they said go after the city of Aurora.
No, your insurance should pay for everything, and then they go after the city of Aurora. That's
where did the water come in from?
What insurance do you have?
Travelers.
Well, your insurance should take care of it. Why did your insurance choose $5,000?
So what they told us was that they're going to pay this because the water came up through our pipe.
Good.
And then it was considered internal leak.
Then
had it flooded the ground like rain or something like that,
it would not be covered because it's flood. I get it. But they're going to pay what part of it?
They already acknowledged it was covered. It's a covered event.
But why $5,000?
They said that's the cap. We had a rider on our policy, and they said that is the max.
Okay, that could be true.
That could be, but you need, if you send your policy over to Matt, he'll find out.
I want to get Compass on. Hold on. And we'll get Compass.
What could they possibly have as a rider? They could have line breakage, but this isn't line breakage.
No, I think they had the sewer backup coverage maybe, and I think that's wrong. Just hold on. Let's call Compass sells Travelers. I think they sell Travelers. They will know what he's talking about. I want to know about it. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. We got some serious stuff going on today, people. If you have problems, please call us. And if you have a garage problem, One Clear Choice Garage Doors for all your garage door needs. Let me tell you this. If you have a broken spring 24/7, they'll come to you. That's One Clear Choice Garage Doors. You know what else they do? They put all their prices on their website, every price. That's for the door, the opener, any part of it. They can do service as well as repairs, plus brand new installations. OneClearChoiceDoors.com, 720-370-3987.
Hey, Mark. Do you think I could get in contact with the guy at Paragon Services?
Of course.
Yeah?
I'll send you his...
Do you have a claim?
No. I have a business that does furnaces and ACs and floods, right? And if he has a good referral, we could work something out with him.
No, he does that with a lot of companies.
I'm
Roofers,
sure.
you name it, he does it.
Yeah, I'm sure. Like, here's your preferred vendor list, choose, just want to be on the list.
No, that's his whole business model, man.
Why would anybody get a
here, I'll just
capped
pull it
at $5,000 for water damage?
Well, John Fuller is the name that should pop into your head when you need a personal injury attorney. You will notice the difference. I promise you. And I'll tell you why. John Fuller is smaller by design. He decides what cases to take only if he can work them personally. So much so that you get his personal cell phone. This is no bull. John Fuller is the only attorney at that firm on purpose. He still fights for you to collect from all sources and then negotiates expenses even to get you more money on the other end. John Fuller. Fuller Law, myaccidentlawyer.co. I am tired of these big firms bragging about awards. That's because they cherry pick them. John Fuller will treat you like anyone else, and he will give you the attention you need. He's not looking for things to brag about. He's looking to help people. 303-597-4500. Take that name down, Fuller Law. I hope you never need them, but put the number away. 303-597-4500, myaccidentlawyer.co. Now, let's talk about divorce. It's something a lot of people don't want to talk about, but unfortunately, did you know January is divorce month? It is a very, very popular month for divorces. If you want to get what's called an early neutral assessment, what does the divorce look like? Really, what can you expect? They will go over your entire divorce before you even file for divorce, of course. Call Harris Family Law for all their services, including mediation, which can save you thousands of dollars. You will love Rich Harris. He is a calm, collected man who does mediation, very skilled. 303-515-5000. 303-515-5000.
Yeah, he's keep pulling up reviews.
That's the BBB, yeah.
So many one-star reviews. It was probably,
I need to get a pliers. Mark, do we have something where I can tighten this? We have something in there, right?
Probably was.
Tighten what?
This. Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Oh yeah, it's a great, great niche. Why not?
That's all it was too. Just wanted to try that, and that was it. That's way too long of a response.
Yeah, it is.
It should be. I'm sorry, be contact. Boom, 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 real quick.
Yep.
It is.
No, we gotta read that.
That's how you know they did something wrong.
Yep. 18 grand. I mean, why do people just keep doing this?
I mean, I gave my GC half down, right?
Yeah.
Please, my friend.
Yeah. No, I mean, if you have a relationship.
My wood floors showed up, and everything shows up, and everything's good, but I know the guy.
Probably 3 or 4 vehicles that we asked for a down payment on over 30 years. Yeah. And only because I was just like, I can't believe you're putting this much money into that car.
You want to see if it works,
Yeah,
if he's actually going to do it.
I don't want to be owning that car at the end of the.
I got one I picked up for a daily. It's like $6 grand. I wrapped it. The wrap was $5 grand. You know?
Yeah.
And then I get a bill from my mechanic for $3. I'm just like, well, I just wrapped it. God damn it.
You got no choice now.
You know, I have to do it. The logo.
What's the majority of your fleet?
What do you mean?
What is the majority vehicle? Do you have like all Chevys, all Fords?
Oh, I like the Chevy. The Chevys have lasted longer than Fords by far.
What does?
Dodge, and then my Chevys. And then
wow.
They seem to have a lot simpler motor, the push rod motor. You know, the Vortex just runs.
Ah, shit, I need an opposing
Fords
screwdriver.
Change every couple of
We
years.
have a Phillips.
Yeah.
I'll get it. What is it?
Plastic
Phillips.
manifolds and stuff.
But it's working already, and you'll love it, man.
Dodges
You'll love it.
break all the time.
Finally.
So I stopped buying Dodges. We do Chevy box trucks for most of them.
Oh, look, 14 GOP.
And then every service truck is
So
almost
did you
every
make
service
it?
truck's a Chevy. I have
I
way
think it
less
needs 2
maintenance.
ATs.
Yeah.
You would agree with that, right?
I do. Yep.
They're just simpler
They just
vehicles,
run.
but they run.
They just run. Yeah. And they have parts.
Yep.
You know, because they don't, like you said, they don't redesign it every.
No, it's a Vortex motor for however long. And Ford's motors and transmission plates and adapter plates, they all change. It's ridiculous. But I'll never buy a Transit because they break. I stick with the old Chevy ones. You know, there's a place in Vegas that sells them. They're like ready to go. They pay a little more, but they're like, I mean, I could get like a 2015 with 20,000 miles on it.
No shit. Wow.
30,000 miles maybe. Like,
wow.
And of course you pay a little bit more.
Yeah.
It just runs for 5 years though.
Yeah.
Tires, brakes, you know, the normal stuff.
Yep.
You know, I just got this other one. It was a Chevy. It had like, they got it for a ridiculous deal. It was like 10 grand, right? It had like 150,000 miles on it.
This is
10
the
for 10
only
grand.
Phillips we got. I hope it's not too
Right?
small.
And
I'll make it work.
Shelves, the ladder racks, and everything. All I had to do was wrap it, and it's on the road still.
Cool.
Yeah.
Do you know, for some reason, number 2 Phillips.
I never really buy
Hardest
high mileage ones, but vans are close to
I
40 grand
this
now
will work.
used, you know. So it's like, yeah, I'll spend 10 grand. Yep. Get a guy on the road for 10, no problem. Probably made the money back the first day.
Hey, do you ever turn a wrench?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, for 30 years.
No, do you ever now?
Still?
Are you too important?
Yeah.
No, I mean, I'm curious. Do you ever chip in and do shit or what? Because I know Jeff does.
I do on occasion, but it doesn't happen a lot. They try to keep me out of the shop.
Kept up with new technology.
Yeah.
I don't like Phillips heads, man.
I love Phillips heads.
I fucking don't.
You know what the best is I can find for torquing things and really getting
Star.
Torque. Or the Allen, yeah. The Allen head bolt, grade 8.
The only screws I ever strip are fucking
Well,
Phillips.
straight Thank you.
Yeah, but you never strip them.
Well, I don't know about that. You kind of just slip off them, though.
You definitely slip off of them.
You know what? I had this major fucking problem during this annual that I never had before. And so now I just use my torque wrench every single time on everything. I strip shit.
Oof.
Torque wrench.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Okay, so, Jane of all trades, listen to this. All phone numbers disconnected. Totally gone, ghosted. Suze. The first woman, oh my God. I don't know if I have a woman on the Sleaze Brigade. Oh, my goodness. The first woman. She's gone. Kathy, you lost $9,000, Kathy. You lost $9,000.
Mm-hmm.
This woman is bad news.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to... Is she on Facebook?
Ask the caller, the picture that she sent me, I don't know how I ended up with it. Is that the bad people or the bad girl, or is that her? Someone sent me a photo saying...
Sorry, I only had Mark's email.
Who is that, Kathy? Is that you or is that the contractor?
That's Erica. That's
okay, I get it.
Wait, so her name is Erica even though the company's Jane?
Her middle name is Jane.
Okay. Oh, my God. Did you get ripped off?
And I'm going to send that to you two and Talib. Talib, put her picture up.
What's her name? Erica what?
Erica Jane Johnson.
Erica Jane Johnson. I got to put her name down. Erica Jane Johnson. Oh, my God. Erica Jane.
Yeah. And she was even interviewed by like KKTV in 2016 for Moms Every Day for having a successful business. And like, I think she's been in business since 2014, and I think she just went seriously downhill in 2022.
Where is she? What part? What is she in? North, South, Denver? Where is she?
She's in the Springs.
Colorado Springs. My gosh.
Yeah.
Do you know where she lives?
I don't have a home address, and her business address.
Now listen, maybe 6
months ago was
do
gone.
we know maybe something serious happened? She could have gotten a serious sickness,
I don't
disease,
know.
Cancer. I mean, we don't know. I mean,
no,
I hate to say it,
I've
but
been
looking at her
texting her
picture,
since,
she
December.
doesn't look bad. I don't mean she's good looking. I mean she doesn't look like a bad guy.
Oh, what does a bad guy look like?
I you know what? I don't know, but here's the problem.
Oh,
the picture
you're
she
right.
sent has 2 kids in it.
We can't put the kids on the seat, but she
Why?
looks like
Why? Put them on the Sleaze Brigade.
Mark, do you want to know something? You're right. She doesn't look bad, whatever that means. She looks like a wholesome mother.
She looks like a vegan.
Soccer mom is the word.
A vegan soccer mom.
A Democrat soccer mom, vegan. I don't know.
She looks like she
you know
likes
what?
yogurt.
There are people that look at pictures and make judgments. Look, let's make a judge. She is she's a kindergarten teacher. Really, that's what you'd expect. Is it up on our feed? We can't put those kids up, by the way, so please block them out. We cannot put those children out.
Why?
No, we can't.
I'm just asking why.
Well, for one, I don't want to do it, and for two,
okay,
I don't want to expose minors and these kids. So let's put her up.
Yeah,
for sure. Crop.
They're super cute, too.
You know that, Mark.
I'm gonna try to get in touch with their kindergarten teacher, and we're going to push this to the brink, man.
You're going to go after the kids.
That's how you get to the mom.
Okay, we're going to shame your little kids, okay? Your mama wears combat boots and rip people off. Let's talk to Compass Insurance coming up about what to do in this case. This is a good one. And how they work insurance checks and supplemental checks and all of that. Right after this, I'm Tom Martino, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Don't forget, if you want a water system, you won't do better than waterpros.net. Whether it's softening or purification or both, you'll never get better prices and never get better systems. Waterpros.net.
Yeah, you're right. She looks like a nice person.
Yeah, I know. To me, she looks like a vegan.
I don't know. I mean, Tom looks like a nice person.
Come look. You tell me if she looks like a vegan. I don't know why I say that.
Just the glasses style is
Paragon,
it's the hair,
Mark.
the glasses.
Mark, you got Paragon. I can do it. You can do it. I don't know.
I got it.
We just talked about it, so it's good to do it.
I gotta pull this phone number up.
like the city.
All right, I told Talib to focus in on the kids.
I'm sure you did.
We want names, phone numbers, and school.
Date of birth.
What classroom?
Hey, I'll tell you when that, Tom, I'll tell you when that page is up.
What's that?
I'll tell you when that page is up.
Oh, yeah.
But I got a 1 o'clock hard meeting I got to go to, so I'll be out of here by noon 15.
Hold on, guys. Paragon Services, you heard me just talking about them. If your insurance company's trying to okey doke you, put the screws to you. In fact, I know they are. If you got a claim on your homeowners or commercial property, they are simply not giving you what you deserve. You call Matt up. He takes a very small percentage of the extra money he gets from you. He can even go back and look at a claim that is 2 years old. You call Matt, you call him now, 719-726-0020. Frozen pipes, anything you can imagine, he'll get you more money. 719-726-0020.
He does cars and everything too?
No.
Okay, just property.
Just property, yeah. Commercial or residential.
Good. Now I know a guy.
It's shocking how bad insurance companies are.
I mean,
people have no fucking clue how bad they are.
Oh, they're brutal. This is what I was looking for. Celsius Network, they're going through a bankruptcy, and the judge ruled that all the depositors' funds and assets are property of the company, not of the depositors.
Oh, wow, really?
Because of the contract that he wrote.
Oh.
People didn't
So those
read
funds
it.
became...
They signed it
property.
over as property of the company now.
That's a good contract.
So they're unsecured, basically unsecured lenders to the company.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
I gotta read this article this guy's talking about. If this is true, this would be crazy. Oh, yeah, look at this. Orion takes huge loss on Northbrook office. This thing sold for $44.3 million in 2011.
Oh, my God.
200,000 square foot office building. Someone just bought it for 2.5.
Where's that?
Oh.
That's fucking crazy.
Where is that?
It's called Northbrook. I don't know where it
Phoenix,
is.
Arizona.
Phoenix.
Oh, man.
200,000 square feet for fucking 2.5. I mean, that's crazy cheap. Look at that, 44. Talk about taking a hit.
Phoenix, Arizona base real estate. That's insane.
It's absolutely.
Why would you even sell at that point?
The main.
Yeah, certainly you could lease it.
Oh, I'll tell you why. Because they had one tenant, which was CVS, and they're fucking gone. It was probably a big, like a distribution point.
Yeah, and so now it's a huge building empty when one company had it.
And the property taxes on it are probably crazy.
Just unload it, yeah. Well, hopefully they made their money off it in the years they were there, right?
God, that's an unbelievable fucking hit. That is unbelievable.
There's no way that rent was that high. They lost their asses. Yeah, commercial real estate's rough.
I still don't understand, like, Macy's. I'll tell you the one I'm finally glad to see. Looks like it's about to go bankrupt is that Bed Bath & Beyond. I always saw what a sham that fucking store was.
Sham?
I can't even walk in
I
there.
don't fucking... Everything on there is, like, made in TV and as seen on Shark Tank and fucking 5 times the amount of Walmart. Same shit.
Well, every time you go in there, you can't even walk in there without getting a headache.
Is it going out of business?
You know? No,
They're very close.
They're about to pull the trigger. And then to compete with Amazon on shit like fucking, fucking towels for your kitchen, give me a fucking break, man. You can buy like 800 of them on Amazon for $5.
That's like my filters. We got free shipping now. Just looked it up, but
oh, good.
Free shipping, but we're a few bucks higher. But you can get the stuff on my internet site. They have it. It's just harder to find there.
Yeah.
I forgot who I subscribed to years ago.
There's a lot of them. Filter
because the roof mounted unit, like at my shop, it's got 4 filters, 2 different sizes.
Nope.
Nobody ever keeps them.
Nope.
So that's why I subscribe to these guys.
Yeah, they're strange.
Every 3 months it comes and I go up you know, I know the changes.
You know, we had the building I owned in Denver had it had 6 rooftop units. It was huge, man. I think it was 20,000 square feet. But the fucking hail came down and nailed it. I was selling it to this guy. I still held the deed and everything, but he was basically buying it from me. So he made an insurance claim on the roof because the hail was so bad. But because of those units getting dented, the fucking hail claim was like $140,000.
To replace them, yeah.
Yeah, and the units still worked fine. They were just dented the fuck. So he wanted me to, sign the check over. And I said, fuck no. I said, no way, fucking Jose.
Yeah.
There's no way. Because if you quit paying me, you're going to leave me with the building with fucking smashed up, hail-damaged fucking units. So if you want to get them replaced, then I'll sign the fucking check.
Send me the bill. I'll pay it. Yep.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. I want to go to the phones and get Compass Insurance on. What was the issue here? Let me go back because I don't have the consumer here. And we had, let me just go back to why we wanted Compass. There was a reason for it. Oh, the RV. Okay. So, and the homeowners, too. Brian Burns with Compass Insurance Group, by the way, home of the insurance checkup. We'll tell you about that in a second. Brian, with the home, this person had traveler's insurance and had a limit on water damage, he said. Yep. He had no flood damage, but he did have a water main break from Aurora. And they paid $5,000. Is there a such thing as a limit on water backups like that?
Well, so let me get. I obviously would want to know exactly what it was that they're saying, but if it was a water backup,
no, it wasn't. It wasn't a backup. It wasn't.
So
we know for sure what it is. It's a water main break. Some of it came up through his basement. They covered it.
But they had a limit up to a certain amount. It could be considered seepage. That's the other word that I wanted to figure out because there are limitations to seepage.
That's probably what it was.
Yeah, and that's common with a lot of carriers just exclude it, period. They won't cover seepage at all. Other carriers have a limit, but I don't know anybody that doesn't have some kind of limitation for seepage.
Hey, Brian, what is define seepage? Like on my policy you guys sold me, I pay extra for the flood insurance. Do I have a limit on mine?
Well, it depends on what it would be. In other words, if it's groundwater coming in, they wouldn't differentiate on flood versus seepage in that way. So seepage could be defined in two ways. One could be exactly what we're talking about here, where it's seeping up through the concrete, coming up that way. That would be seepage. Another definition of seepage is a long-term leak.
But, guys, he had 3 feet of water in his basement.
Yeah. So
can they call that seepage?
Well, if it's not seepage, it could be defined as flood. Does he have flood insurance?
No.
Okay, so what I'm telling
why
you
would
is
they give him $5,000?
No,
That's what we're trying to figure out.
He had no flood insurance. It wasn't a sewer backup. It was fresh water main from Aurora, and they gave him $5,000 and said, for the rest, you're going to have to go after Aurora.
Yeah. So I'm almost guaranteeing they're calling that seepage. And really, they could have called it just flood and declined it altogether.
They could have called it flood probably because it did.
Yeah.
I think the guy should have Matt look at that policy regardless.
No, of course he should. And you gave him the good recommendation. Next question for Compass Insurance Group, and that is about the coverage on an automobile. This person has an RV and went to a shop, and the shop didn't want to deal with insurance and blah, blah, blah. He said he had a check for $1,200, and almost assuredly the damage is more. And body shops say we can put in a supplemental claim, but we don't like dealing with this insurance company. I want to ask you something. Whenever an adjuster adjusts it and you are given a check, is it ever a final settlement or is it always open for supplemental claims?
Yeah, it's almost always open for. I'm trying to think of an example of where they would say, absolutely not, we're not going to pay another dime. It would be very.
I think on hail damage, I think they come and you drive through the adjuster and they give you a check on the spot. I think those are full and final settlements, no?
Well, if you're going to go get the hail repaired, see, on hail damage, a lot of times people are just saying, yeah, give me that money. I'm not fixing this because it's going to cost more than this to fix if they're going to total my car if I try to fix it. So on those cases, yeah, you're right. The supplement, there wouldn't be a supplement because you're not having it repaired. But even on a hail damage claim, if they gave you a settlement and you went in, you're like, no, I want this repaired, and it ended up costing more, you could go back and try to get a supplemental check for that.
On the hail damage, you just made me think of something. So does your insurance company, can they force you to use paintless dent repair?
No, they can't force you. But I mean, if
you don't want to use it, and if you had hail damage on your roof, on your side, and then on the hood or something, I mean, my God, I mean, you'd total a car if you were going to not do paintless.
That's the problem, and that's the problem. You're going to total it, and is that really the direction you want to go?
Okay, fair enough.
Total your car.
You know, that's a good point, Mark. There could be cases where a car is totaled with one type of repair, but not another. Could they say, we want you to get this other?
That's why I said, can they force you to do paintless?
Well, they can. The way the contract would read would be that they can do whatever it is that would get you back to whole, as close to whole as possible. So if the paintless dent repair would technically be a less expensive option and really truly get you back.
I think the lender probably has something to say about that too. I don't know, but
yeah, the lien holder on it. Yep.
Thank you very much. Now, as far as the insurance checkup, Compass, how many companies do you check with?
For personal lines, it's usually in the vicinity of 15 carriers.
Okay, and what about commercial?
Oh, a lot more than that.
Okay, so what you do is you call, and there's no obligation, and Compass will, honest to God, tell you if you have a good coverage at a good price or if you're underinsured, and they'll give you quotes from other companies, and I'm telling you, it's all real. Here's what I love about comparisons, when they're real. In other words, a lot of people can say, oh, I'll do it cheaper than that, but they can't. They don't. They just say, I coulda, you shoulda, I woulda, but when it comes right down to it, Compass is ready to sign you up if they can beat your prices. That's 303-996-9000.
You know, I was driving with Brian like a couple weeks ago. He drives like a maniac. Brian, how much is your insurance?
Did you drive with Brian? Where'd you drive?
We just drove.
I drove that Tesla of his.
Oh, isn't that cool?
Oh my gosh, it's scary fast. I don't think
all of them are. They're really. I mean,
he had it up to 150 just right here in the parking lot.
My son's little Tesla is crazy fast. Now, Richard is on with the water main break. Did he want more on this? Richard, did you hear the...
I have Compass. Compass is my broker.
Good. Did you hear it?
There you go. They know my policy.
Oh, okay. Ask him to look at it.
So we'll look
Hold
at
on, is Brian still up? Let's have Brian actually look at his policy.
We'll look at your specific policy, okay, Richard?
Okay, what I need to know now is what do I do to fight the city of Aurora?
Well, let's let Brian look at the policy first.
Right.
They're supposed to call me back. I just talked to them while you were on the...
Okay, but he's going to light a fire so we can do it during the show.
I wish he led with that.
And then I will tell you how to fight the city of Aurora. And Mark gave you that information. Paragon Services, a public adjuster. They will get you way more than you're going to get yourself. Way more. Now, do you have his number?
It doesn't matter who's writing the check.
Do you have his number memorized?
Who?
Paragon.
Yeah, 719-726-0020.
Suzanne, make sure he gets that too. So you have to leave.
Yeah, I got a 1 o'clock.
Okay.
It's like a lunch thing. So.
It's not up yet? Okay. Who do you use for all your IT?
My IT? Chris at Dominant Digital. But,
really good?
He's good, but we're growing. We may be outpassing or surpassing what he can give me, so we're looking.
I got a company I want you to check out. But I want you to check them out.
I will.
They do, I'm going to tell you what they do. Either the most excellent work on earth, or you don't like them. I don't know why.
Wow.
Now I will tell you this, 80% love them and thank me for the business they've generated. 20%, I don't know why, 20% are disappointed. I'm just going to tell you, and I don't know why.
Just send me a text with it and I'll look it up.
You just check them though. I don't.
He's at the point
Okay.
where outgrowing them big time.
So, I'm going to tell you about septic system repair. Why? Because you don't want to call a regular plumber or a regular company. Septics are very special animals. If you live in the suburbs or the country, if you have a septic system, who do you want, Mark? By the way, did you get that website for him or not yet? Did you do that yet?
Yes, but it's not up yet.
Okay. Well, for now, just remember Boonstra Excavation.
I love Boonstra.
Boonstra, Boonstra, BoonstraExcavation.com, 970-278-6151. Finally, a company for all septic needs, including, of course, inlet and outlets, the replacement of the alarms, the floats, the leach fields, the septic tanks, 970-278-6151. We got to get that up as soon as possible. How do you possibly get a website called Boonstra Excavation and like it? It would be better just to have Boonstra.
Yeah.
I guarantee you he can get Boonstra.com.
Probably. It's definitely unique.
Don't see a big line for that one. No.
I can't believe
What? He didn't put the kids up. No, please tell me he didn't.
He
No,
did.
dear God, tell me.
You'd never know it was those kids. But
he blurred their faces.
He's just spray painted their.
Oh, well, that's okay.
I said Cropper, and he spray paints.
Crop the kids out, yeah.
Okay, I just got a new Troubleshooter lead on a tune-up deal. Is that the test?
Yeah, should be.
Or is it someone who went there?
Does it say test?
It doesn't say test. It says the guy's name. But I don't know. I mean, it says full name, Chris. Chris Testing. I guess it's a test, bro.
Yep, look at
that worked good.
Are you making progress? Oh, you are.
Hey, sister.
Are
you
you
know
done?
why? Because Amazon. I'm done with this one, which is Apple.
Cool.
Now, you know why? They give complete details. I just go to the site. You don't have to do this, but I'm going to do it from now on. No, from now on, what I'm.
Purchases.
Hey, man, from now on, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make note when I buy.
Okay.
And then I'm going to give it to you, and it'll have a reference number, which is this number.
Okay.
Okay? So what I'm doing now is I'm almost.
All right, I got one so far.
Oh, I'll get this done really quickly.
This is an odd one, that house. The people that lived there died.
And they were murdered by a serial killer.
That wouldn't bother me. What bothers me is there's no disclosure statement because they're dead. So that means extra inspections in my mind.
How long ago?
Anything. Plumbing, HVAC. I mean, it's on the fucking water.
Yeah.
Is that the house you were looking at?
Yeah. That's so weird.
Are you worried about
I could care less if people fucking died in the house. That never bothered me.
Are you worried about like bacteria or something, or?
I'm worried about anything. I don't give a shit what it is.
I thought you did inspection looking for the rest of the bodies or something. I didn't know what you were talking about.
No.
You're gonna find a toe in the crawl space one day. You know?
Well, like bulkhead. I mean, fuck. I don't know. I don't know shit about bulkhead. I gotta hire someone to look at bulkhead. It keeps the lake from coming into your house.
Oh, fuck, that bulkhead, they fail. I know nothing about it.
I have no idea. I didn't even know they had it.
Yeah.
I usually stay uphill.
Yeah, talk about being at sea level. Literally, I'm at sea level.
Yes.
I'm probably 1 foot off of sea level when I'm on the deck.
That's still cool as hell, though.
It's a cool house, yeah.
No, I fucking love it.
That's right, bulkhead though. That's man, I'm learning all sorts of stuff.
Just can't leave your dogs close to the water or anything like that.
Nah, in that inlet, I doubt. If there's crocodiles, my shepherd will take care of them. Fucking.
Oh yeah, sure.
Nico will be like, "Brr, brr," and
Demo will be biting its tail.
Read about those mountain lions and is it Bertha?
I saw like a camera this
Literally.
morning on 9 News, and it was like right there. What was it doing?
Well, they're losing dogs up in Netherland.
And it's from the
Mountain lions. Yeah.
Holy shit! So
Got a 100-pound Roddy.
I got a fucking
drug over the fence.
I got a video of one literally on the side of my neighbor's house, on his what do you call it, game cam.
Yeah.
Holy fuck, man! That fucker was this tall and fucking wider than this without its tail. Not wider, but longer.
Yeah.
Holy shit! I was going, oh my god, that thing could eat any fucking dog in this neighborhood.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Crazy.
But you're technically not allowed to shoot at them if they're attacking pets.
Get out of here.
Swear to God.
Oh, I'd shoot it.
I know you would.
Hi, Tom Artino. Hey, what are you doing? Let's get to the phones. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. And we're going to take any and all calls. We got a follow-up from Joseph. Joseph, what is this follow-up? When did you call originally, sir?
Hi, Tom. Happy New Year. I first called in August of 2022.
Okay, what's going on?
And then we had one follow-up call after that, but we paid Sam the Concrete Man $16K.
On September, you called me. I know that. And you paid him a lot. You paid him, hired Sam the Contract Man for stamped concrete. Bob from LEM on our referral list, LEM Landscaping, inspected it and said it was the worst job he's ever seen.
Yes, I had one more member of your list, Proform Concrete, also come out.
So, he had the worst job he has ever seen. My God. Okay, that is a lot. So, what happened to Sam? Where are they? How much did you pay Sam?
$16,000 for front and back patios.
And where is Sam right now?
Where is he, or what's the status?
Where is he?
He's got. It's a pretty big company.
Is he still? Well, no, it's a franchise.
Well, yeah, but he's the franchisor.
Well, no.
Yeah.
He's in charge of all the Sams.
He's the
all
guy.
Over. Are you sure that?
I'm almost positive.
Is he just an owner of a franchise, or does he franchise the whole business?
He franchises it.
How do you know this?
Because I've met the guy about 5 years ago.
Sam the Concrete Man, you paid $16,000. What's the status? You're calling with a status. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I've gone 2 rounds with Chase Credit Card, which was my method of payment. And so far, they are siding with Sam the Concrete Man, and the local gentleman is Todd Stewart.
Who's Todd Stewart? The owner. Now, Todd is the guy you marked that is franchising them all, you're saying?
I believe that is correct.
Well, Todd, okay, so this particular situation, why is the credit card siding with him?
Based on the documentation that Todd provided.
What documentation?
He provided pictures, and he provided some of his warranty and...
Did you provide LEM Landscaping's and Performa Concrete's opinions?
Yes, I did, in written form.
He is the franchise guy, like I said. His LinkedIn says, I'm the proud owner of Sam the Concrete Man, the country's only residential and commercial concrete contracting franchise since I began franchising in 2013.
He doesn't do, and
they've got 100 U.S. locations and growing.
Wow. Joseph, why would a credit card company see all these 2 professionals saying it's terrible and not give you a refund? Why?
Probably because they don't want to lose the money from the interest rate.
You mean from all? Maybe what he's saying is Visa could have looked up Sam the Concrete Man, and he knows there's 100 locations. Maybe they all use. I mean, truly, it could be that they don't want to go against a big company. Not a big company,
I
big
find
earner.
that a little odd.
A big earner. I don't know that
Because
either.
when they did the chargeback on his side of it, they'd end up getting their money regardless.
Gee, this sucks,
The chargeback isn't paid by the credit card company; it's paid by the vendor.
But they lose the revenue.
What do you mean they lose the revenue?
They're 3% or 2% of the transaction. They lose that.
I don't know. I think on a chargeback, I think they actually charge you when you're charged back.
So that the merchant will pay that chargeback no matter what.
Yeah, unless they're out of business,
or the merchant will
somewhere.
pay the fee.
Yeah, whatever fee.
The transaction fee.
Yeah.
Listen, this is weird. Who is your Visa or Master? What was it? Visa?
It's Chase. Yeah, it's a Chase Visa
You know,
card.
Chase, man, Chase does me solids when it comes to contesting charges. And you know this, SheridanAutotech.com, Sheridan, Kevin Calkin, people charge back stuff. They almost always side with consumers, don't they?
It's an uphill battle to fight it. Yes. Yeah.
I really went through very few chargebacks that I swiped. Anything that I swiped, I can't think of any chargebacks. I mean, I'm sure we had a few.
Did they actually swipe your card, Joseph?
No, I paid over the phone with Todd Stewart.
Yeah, and see, but he handled it wrong. What he should have done is just reported the card stolen. You know, I know there's people that hate when I give this advice, but if you truly did a bad job...
Yeah, but that's an out-and-out lie, though. I mean, what I mean
I'll
is
tell you, well, he out-and-out screwed him, according to this guy.
No, I get that, Mark. If he had taken the money and run, but if he did the job, he's going to have a contract that he signed and all of that. I mean, they can surely show that the guy is lying. But I'm saying, I know what Mark is saying, fighting fire with fire sometimes. I know that. I tell people, listen, you just report it as fraud. Don't even report it as a dispute. But this is not that. I mean, they did the job. They think they did a great job. Our two experts said they did a terrible job. So we need to put Sam, the concrete man, on the sleaze brigade. We have to. Because this is out and out. I mean, we have two professionals saying the job sucks. Two professionals.
Yeah, and I'll throw a little fuel on the fire. They owe me money.
So they exited in a bad way, didn't they?
Oh, I don't even want to air my grievances with these folks.
So they're bad eggs. And I don't know why. They started out good, Mark. They did.
They were good for years.
We're going to have to put them on the sleaze brigade. Maybe you need to go a lawsuit route. I don't know. Even small claims court to get some of the money back. That's what I would do. I'm Tom Martino. More coming up.
Grainberry, Grainberry.
Hi, I'm Peter Harris for Grainberry Cereals. You've heard our jingle, healthy cereal for your family. It's not just a line, it's a fact. Grainberry with amazing onyx sorghum is the healthiest and most natural choice in the cereal aisle. And we created it for everyone. You want powerful plant-based antioxidants to protect against free radicals? We have tons. You care about sugar control? So do we. That's why we start with lower sugar than other cereals and created our whole grain onyx sorghum to slow sugar absorption. This helps to manage diabetes and prediabetes. And we didn't forget about flavor. Our cereals are overflowing with it. From our cinnamon frosted shredded wheat to our honey nut toasted oats to our multi-bran flakes. Let's make this the healthiest year ever and finally say no to sugar. Buy a box of Grainberry cereal today.
Grainberry, Grainberry. Healthy cereal for your family.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
KRFX HD2 Denver.
KHOW Denver, an iHeart radio station. Available everywhere. Download the free iHeart Radio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
ABC News, I'm Mona Kosarabdi. GOP leader Kevin McCarthy has lost a 12th vote for Speaker of the House. Congressman Mike Garcia started off today's session by nominating McCarthy.
Madam Clerk, I rise to nominate Kevin McCarthy.
ABC's congressional correspondent Rachel Scott has more.
A small group of conservatives making it clear they won't cave.
It is not happening. And as it's been said, we need to get to a point where we start evaluating what life after Kevin McCarthy looks like.
But those backing McCarthy growing frustrated. Without a speaker, the House can't function. No members can be sworn in, no bills can be passed.
On the second anniversary of the insurrection at the Capitol, a gathering of remembrance for the fallen officers of January 6th, former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi.
Thank you to the families for considering us worthy to share your grief, to honor your loss.
This is ABC News. The alleged killer of the 4 college students in Idaho remains in jail. During yesterday's court appearance, investigators released an affidavit outlining the evidence against him. ABC News contributor and former FBI agent Brad Garrett.
He left his DNA there. He drove around way too much. I mean, he's been spotted there over 12 times up to November 13th. Those are things that a seasoned criminal wouldn't do. So, yes, did he know enough to turn his cell phone off? Of course. But he made big mistakes.
The U.S. economy added 223,000 new jobs in December. ABC's Alexis Christoforous has more.
The next Fed meeting is the end of this month. This report really just keeps the Fed on that aggressive track to raise interest rates, to rein in inflation. The report shows that things are moving in the right direction, very slowly, though. Remember all those interest rate hikes we had last year, and yet still we're adding more than 200,000 jobs a month. This is an extremely strong job market.
Mona Kosarabdi, ABC News.
Shop limited time deals at the Truckload event at Lowe's, happening now. Save big on your favorites across the store. During this event, get up to 50% off select tools and accessories. Plus, find the perfect floor tile for your home for less. Get up to 50% off select styles while you can. Head to your local Lowe's store or visit Lowes.com to shop the Truckload event today. Valid 12/29 through 1/25 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. See Lowes.com for details. Discount taken at time of purchase.
Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean. Of course I use Mr. Clean Magic Eraser to clean tough messes off my stovetop and bathtub. But then I discovered I can also use it to easily clean my patio furniture and even my shoes. I'm hooked.
And when wipes won't cut it, I use Magic Eraser Sheets. They're thin and flexible erasers, perfect for everyday messes, like gunk on my counters and sinks. They really are magical.
The reviews are in. Mr. Clean Magic Eraser and Sheets make cleaning look easy.
KHOW News Time, 12:03.
A Colorado Democratic congressman is weighing in on the Republican failure to elect a House Speaker. Democrats continue to remain united behind Hakeem Jeffries, while Republican Kevin McCarthy has been unable to get the votes he needs. Congressman Jason Crow.
This is a mess. There's no doubt about it. The Republicans won the majority barely in the last election, and it's their responsibility to lead.
Crow says leadership has its responsibilities, and if Republicans want McCarthy to be Speaker, they need to figure out how to make it happen. No members can be sworn in until a Speaker is elected. There's a slight chance for precipitation today, but it will be a nice weekend along the Front Range.
Temperatures today will be in the low 40s with partly cloudy skies. There could be a few flurries, maybe a little drizzle that sneaks on through. Otherwise, we're bringing back sunshine and temperatures in the upper 40s as we head in toward the weekend with Saturday and Sunday, both in the mid to upper 40s. Mountain snow continues today and then tapers off by early tomorrow morning.
That's Fox 31 meteorologist Kylie Burse. That's the latest. I'm Chad Bauer.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Discover.
Pretty active drive throughout the Denver Metro as we clear the 11 o'clock hour into downtown. I-25 southbound still showing speeds in the 30s and 40s between I-70 and Spear Boulevard. Northbound I-25 slow itself between Alameda and Colfax. Up on the north end of town, I-270 eastbound. No surprises here. We're seeing slower traffic between I-76 and Vasquez. Down on the south end, an accident, Hampton eastbound at University. Fox 31 pinpoint weather, mostly cloudy skies today, but warming up for the weekend with a high of 42 degrees. Tomorrow, high of 44. Sunday, high of 46. The current temperature in Denver is 36 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
We could talk about how complicated other banks make it to redeem credit card rewards. Or we could talk about how with Discover, you can redeem your rewards for cash in any amount at any time. Talk about amazing. Learn more at discover.com/redeem rewards. Terms apply.
So many people have told me about Orchard, and no wonder. It's the new way to sell. For example, Orchard makes you a cash offer for your home. And when your home sells for more, you keep the difference. No longer do you have to choose between an easy home sale or the best price for your home. Let me tell you about Rudy, a recent Orchard customer. Rudy's home sold on the market for $33,000 above his cash offer. Had he gone to a home buying company, he would have missed out on that extra money. But with Orchard, he got more cash at closing. Rudy's story isn't unique. 99 out of 100 Orchard customers sell on market for more than their cash offer. Getting started is easy. You go online and enter your address at orchard.com. Takes just a couple minutes and lets you skip home listing hassles. If you're thinking about selling or just curious what Orchard would pay for your home, get a no-cost, no-obligation offer at orchard.com. That's orchard.com.
Inflation Salvation. Keep listening every weekday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. for your chance to win $1,000. Just listen for the hourly keyword, then enter it at khow.com.
I'm on it every hour. It was so easy.
Thank you so much. Sponsored by Guy Rees.
Brighten your home and save 10% on Benjamin Moore paint by joining the Guy Rees loyalty program. Stop by a store or go to GUIRYS.com to sign up today. Guy Rees, your neighborhood paint store since 1899.
Denver's talk station has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Green. That's green. Enter it now at khow.com. Inflation Salvation on 630 KHOW.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hey, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. This hour brought to you by Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. For absolute confidence in your real estate transactions, you can use Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. Welcome. Now, he'll do a free market evaluation. Do you know what that means? That means he'll take your house and compare it to comps and tell you what it'll sell for in this market, and he's confident because he's done it before, and he shows you facts and figures. There's no speculation. That's Frank Duran, 920-303-920-1622. Hey, Kevin Calkins with us today for Car Day, so we have Joshua who wants to talk about his Toyota Tundra noise. Did you look at the video, Kev?
No, here's the problem. We need Dragon to play it because we're trying to hear something, not see it.
Okay, does he have it?
Nope, sure don't.
Okay,
no,
well,
I just saw it, and what we're listening. We're not. The video itself means nothing.
Okay, is it in our email?
Yes.
Okay, I believe I can send it. I mean, I can play it here. And
now, but I haven't listened to it, of course, like I just said. So the guy might be cussing in the background. I don't know.
Now, let's just, we have a delay.
Let's just wing it.
Okay, I got to download it. Here, let me forward it to Dragon. I'm going to forward this to Dragon, man. And do I have him as Dragon? Yes, I do. There you go, Dragon. I just forwarded it to you. You get it in a few minutes. As soon as he gets that, we'll take it. Okay, sir? And coming up, we're going to talk about that crazy food study that said frosted mini wheats are healthier than eggs. I'm not kidding you.
God, I couldn't believe it.
By the way,
it wasn't just frosted mini wheats. It was like 70 cereals.
So, Joshua, hang on. We'll wait for that video to get to Dragon. John, you sued the concrete man? John? I thought...
Yeah, Tom, I did.
And
Sorry about that.
What did you sue him for? How much? Did you win?
Yeah, $4,600.
For what?
For the concrete he did at my house.
Okay. And did you get a judgment?
I did.
Holy crap. You got a judgment.
You guys, I'm pretty sure you don't remember me, but I called you a couple years ago on it. And you sent out a guy from Denver Concrete, and then also Bob from LEM came out, and they both said it was pretty crappy work.
That wouldn't have been a couple of years, but yeah, it's been a while.
Well, it was 2 years ago, last September.
Okay. So listen, how much was did you get a default judgment because he didn't show up?
Correct.
Did you collect on it?
The guy's a bum. You know what? How much? I would give this to Frank Ball, a collection attorney.
Oh, wait. Did you end up, you got the judgment. Did you get your money?
No, like I said, it was just last September I got my judgment.
Mark,
did you serve the interrogatories?
See, I've been trying to figure out how to do that, and that's why I figured I'd
listen,
call you
here's
guys
what I would do. I would let an attorney do it. I really
but
would.
his is only $4,000.
46. It's better than nothing. He's never going to get the money himself. He'll never get it.
Here's all I'm saying. The owner's right here in town. He's easy to serve the interrogatories to.
Yeah.
And then he's got 30 days, or maybe it's even 14 days.
He gets contempt of court.
Why are we blowing this guy up on the air? I mean,
well, I think we are.
No, I mean, giving out his phone number and have our listeners call.
I've got no problem with that.
Let's give out his phone number so people can give him a live on-air review. What you need to know, folks, is this guy is totally screwing people and doesn't care about anyone. He is lax in customer service. He has bad credit with us. He did bad with customers and wouldn't correct it. He used to be on the referral list, but I'm pretty sure he went bad. Why did he go bad, Mark?
I couldn't tell you, man.
Is it the same guy we've always had? Or was it new ownership?
No,
or what?
it's the same dude.
Are you sure?
Same dude for at least 5 years.
Okay, because I remember it was sold at one time, I thought.
Well, we had one of his franchisees from Colorado Springs on the referral list for a long time, never had a problem. But once again, this guy in Denver, not only does he have the franchise here, he's the one that sells all the franchises.
And he's really bad.
Well,
Tom, I put the number on the screen, and you can call or text that number.
Yeah, you need to let this guy know.
His cell?
You heard about him on the air, and you're going to spread the news that he sucks.
And let's get him on the Sleaze Brigade.
He sucks. Yeah, I'm going to.
I'd like a copy of that default judgment, too, man.
Yeah, we'd like that. We'll publish it.
If you want some help with the interrogatories, I don't mind serving this guy. In fact, I might kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I've got some paperwork filled out for him as well.
303-948. This is Sam the Concrete Man. I want people to give him a live review. Don't be vulgar. Just say, hey, we heard about you on the Tom Martino Show. You really suck at business and customer service. You really suck, and we're going to let people know. 303-948-0140. Do you realize I'm the only place in media that puts a name and a number out on the air? And not only that, but my name is clearly published and my websites. So this is not hidden behind some social media moniker. This is me. And I have an identity here for more than 40 years on the air going after bad guys. The only place you're going to get this kind of action, it's a consumer club. That's a double meaning there, consumer club.
Double entendre.
Double meaning, that's right. We have the club of consumers, and we have the club bang of consumers. That's 303-948-0140. Sam the Concrete Suck Man.
Todd Stewart.
The sucky, terrible Concrete Man. Sam the Terrible Concrete Man. 303-948-0140. Why don't you come on and talk about your lousy freaking jobs? Sam the Concrete Man who sucks. 303-948-0140. Did you get that yet? You got the video. Okay, so let's see what he's talking about, this Toyota. Let's let Kevin from Sheridan Auto Tech listen too. So Joshua, we have a Toyota Tundra right here, and you want us to listen. Go ahead. Turn that volume up. Let's hear it.
What is it?
It's a noise. They can't figure out what's making the noise. He just bought the vehicle. It's a 2012.
Well, I don't hear noise. It could be his fingers on the cell phone we're hearing there. But, I mean, what's the engine noise? What are we supposed to be hearing?
Is it the...
It sounds like it's the transfer case.
No, but Joshua, is that little noise we're hearing your fingers on the phone or something? I think it is.
No, that's every time I let off the gas, it makes that sound.
Is it the cracking noise?
No, it's the. You kind of make it out. It's hard to make out.
I mean, it sounds like you got the playing cards in your spokes there, my friend. So you got to take those out. And
Okay, that's what it sounds like. But is that his fingers or is that local noise or is that the recording?
It's the recording
of the engine. Do it again and just crank it up a little more.
Right there, you hear it? Right there.
That little crank, that little knock. That little knock.
No, where like I'm going and you'll hear it start grinding, and then as soon as I hit the gas, it'll stop, and then.
I think it's what we're thinking it is. Yeah.
What do you think?
The first place I always start in a drivetrain is the drive shaft itself. They are problematic and they're not serviceable. There's no grease in them anymore.
On the Tundra?
Yes. Any all-wheel drive, any truck, the drive shaft is just
what's
notorious.
wrong? What would be wrong with the drive shaft?
They have CV and constant velocity joints that
Can they be replaced?
They can be replaced, yes. They just can't be greased like the old trucks where you go in with a grease gun and grease it all up.
Then where do you go from there?
Well, just down the chain. I mean, it's easy enough to track noises underneath the car.
You don't think it's internal to the engine?
It sure didn't sound like an engine noise, no.
Joshua?
Yes, sir.
Have you ever taken it to mechanic to just listen?
Yeah, I took it back to the dealership I bought it from. They literally told me that there was nothing wrong with it. But I could bring y'all the truck so y'all can hear it.
All right, hold on a sec. Let's. Where in town are you?
I actually live out in Deer Trail.
Oh, you're
but I'm
way.
on my way to town now.
Are you coming to town anyway?
Yes, I'm on my way to town right now.
All right, why doesn't Sue's give you a location and see if you can get here before 2? Hold on, and then Kevin can listen to it with Mark. Hold on. 303-713-TALK. More coming up on the Troubleshooter.
Come out and celebrate Fan Appreciation Day, presented by Aero Electronics, when your Denver Broncos host the LA Chargers this Sunday, January 8th. Don't miss out on your last chance to cheer on your Broncos this season. We will be surprising fans throughout the game with prizes including United Airlines vouchers, free Bud Light for a year, plus 100 lucky fans will be invited to play catch on the field following the game. For tickets and more information, visit denverbroncos.com/fan appreciation.
Who are you going to call in an emergency if you have a pipe burst, a fire, or maybe next door has a fire, you have soot and ash and smoke, or you have mold, mildew, maybe you discovered asbestos in that home, unattended death, maybe crime in a rental, a meth lab. Listen, any property damage or catastrophe, you need a company to restore it. American Restoration. Not only do they restore, they stop the damage in its tracks, they mitigate, they get rid of the damage, and then they fix your property. It's a company I know and trust, and you should too. American Restoration 24/7. 8337-AM-REST. 8337-AM-REST. Or amrest247.com. Okay, if you're thinking of retiring, and you should be, I mean, everyone will eventually slow down a bit. You should inquire, the earlier the better, with Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies. Now, I got to them late, but the good news is they showed me where I had some redundancy. They showed me where I have insecurity. They showed me where I need to shore up my retirement. They saved me money, and their fees were minimal compared to what they saved me. They also took over some investments. They are the people I use, and they are a sponsor of this show. You can get a free evaluation. They'll meet with you as long as it takes for you to be comfortable, as many times as it takes. Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies, 970-663-3211, rpcenter.com, 970-663-3211. Plum line.
I think I hear the noise now.
That was crazy.
I do not. That noise, that's coming from my bones.
Is that below or above? That's what I thought, but at first I thought it was above. God, they're doing another one.
Well, they said here he gained votes and lost the 12th.
Yeah.
I don't know what this Amazon digital. Oh, this is a TV show. Research.
Freestanding propane stove issue. Is it made by Coleman, right? I think I'm gonna smoke some fucking chicken Sunday. I'm looking forward to the games. I'm actually looking forward to the games tomorrow. I'm really glad this kid pulled through. It looks like he's going to be perfect. Do you think he'll ever, let's say he's perfect.
No, he's not.
You think he'll ever play again?
No, he won't have to.
What do you mean he won't have to? Well, I'm saying he might want to. Forget about it. He's 24 years old.
I don't know how you ever could, play with the...
They say it's like a 1 in a million thing that could happen, though.
Most of the kids.
And he'll be fully recouped.
Yeah. I remember Little League. They were at chest guard for that.
Big time
hockey.
For that exact thing, and hockey.
Yeah. Lacrosse.
I wonder if they'll start... Football, the shoulder pads, I guess, would not... Yeah, I guess not.
No, they come down.
Then how did it... Oh, he could get up and
I don't know if he just had a different pair.
Or just strange shit, man.
Yeah.
One guy on Fox, or one of these, was like, 300-pound men weren't made for running at 20 miles an hour into each other. It's like, well, no shit. I mean,
have you been to any of the training camps or anything?
Oh, I've seen them on HBO.
No, in real life.
No,
it's
I've never
freaky when you're that close, how fast and how big they are.
Because you're right. On TV, it doesn't look fast.
No, they don't look big either. They're all the same. Well, they're big, but when you see them go by you, like, the size of a small car.
So Shannon told me the opposite about our new quarterback, our board op sometimes. So he was about 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, he was up in Blackhawk at the Monarch, and in comes, what's his face? What's his name? Wilson.
Yeah, he's a small guy.
He's like 5'10" or something.
Yeah.
He goes, man, he goes, on TV, he doesn't look that small, but he's like Doug Flutie and shit.
Yeah, he's not a big guy.
Yippee-i-o-ki-yay.
Wouldn't it be cool if they won? I think it would be cool if they won this weekend, now that coach is gone. I do put a lot of it on that coach.
You know what?
Okay, who's coaching right now?
Nobody.
Well, they got an interim coach. Yeah. But I mean, the first, when the fans are counting down the.
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Welcome to the show. Kevin Calkin shared an Auto Tech. Why are they making parts now that are not serviceable? Why are they doing that? To discourage service and to promote, remove, and
planned
replace?
obsolescence, of course.
Honest to God.
Yeah.
But it's no harder to make a serviceable part than a so-called lifetime part.
No, I agree. But
so they're
nothing's
taking
traceable.
off the Zerk fittings or anything that would have anything to do with reality of maintenance.
Correct. Yeah, there's nothing on the front end. There's nothing on the drive
Can you
shafts.
replace with aftermarket parts serviceable items with the Zerk fittings for
A lot
greasing?
of them come with Zerks, yes, the aftermarket.
Now, for those listening and not mechanically inclined, a Zerk fitting is a little nipple that you can attach a grease gun to it. And Kevin's telling us now, a lot of these units are sealed. You can't service them. You can't. And they call them lifetime. They're not lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
And it's terrible because we have parts now that have to be removed and replaced. Okay, why? I don't understand. Aren't they even sealing some stupid transmissions, calling them transmission fluid for life?
You can't add, you can't check the levels. You have to have a module, a computer to check the tranny levels.
So they call it a lifetime transmission, no service necessary?
Replace as required. Yeah, that's all they're doing.
God, let's talk to Hunter. By the way, our number is 303 713-TALK. And, Suze, I want to keep reminding people about Sam the Concrete Man, if you want to put that back up. Hunter, what's going on in your life?
Hi, Tom. How you doing?
I'm doing good, Hunter. How about you?
Good. Hey, Tom, my wife and I have a second home over in Teller County, which is just the home's just a few miles out west of Woodland Park.
Yes.
And it has this place has a current freestanding wood stove in it, and we were wanting to replace that with a freestanding propane stove. You know, one of those that it's running. It's got the fake firewood in there and stuff, and the pretty flames and stuff. Anyway, we found a company.
Is it plumbed? Is it plumbed for the propane, or were you going to try to hide the propane locally? You know, in the room.
No, the house has a propane actual heater in it, so we were eventually going to run a line from the gas line that comes from the house propane to the just a.
If you have the pressure, if you have the pressure and the right regulator, you can do that. In fact, that's the only way I would do it. I would not even consider having a propane tank hidden in the house. So unless you plumb it, so you're going to plumb for propane and put in a stove, which is more like a decorative fireplace. You're not looking for the heat, right?
Correct. But
they do have heating fireplaces now. They're not that efficient.
Well, I'm shocked you wouldn't. I know your area pretty well. Why not just put a beautiful potbelly in there that's functional?
Well, I'm not the type of person to chop wood.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fair enough.
I don't blame you.
So what's your question?
Anyway, it's not about the installation. It's about the company that I bought the stove from.
Yeah.
This company actually sells stoves and installs stoves, but they do not hook the gas line up. I've got to go through a separate.
That's right.
Gas company to do that.
That's normal. They have to have a special person to do that. That's certified.
That's correct. So we're not even to that point on the installation of the gas. But so I made the deal with the stove company to purchase this stove, and we've got a contract, and I've already put the whole thing to install the stove, put the venting system and stuff like that in, and just to get it sitting there in the room ready to be hooked up. The whole thing was going to be $6,955.68. And so, of course, they need some money down to get the stove to the business. And so we put $5,755.68 down.
Yeah.
And everything was going great. I mean, the owner came out.
Can I speed this up? Do you have the stove?
Nope, and I don't think the company does, and the company won't talk to me anymore.
Okay, so basically, you paid too much money up front, and they spent your money.
That's exactly.
And you don't have your stove.
And you don't have your stove, and you probably won't get it, and they probably don't have the money. It sounds like the same old bad business model. They're not necessarily liars, cheats, and ripoffs when they start out. But they get to a point where they don't know how to cash flow. They don't know how to run a business, and that's why they take money down. The money they took down from you most likely did not go to the purchase of a stove. And unfortunately, Hunter, if they don't have substance, you're not going to get your money back. Now, under the Contractors Trust Act, we can turn it into a crime, but I need to know something. How long ago did you pay this money?
We paid the money on the 15th of last November.
Okay, November 15th. When were they supposed to deliver the stove?
We were thinking the first time. There's been a couple of times that they were going to deliver it, and each time we got ready, they said, no, we've got either personnel trouble in the office. And
okay, now, Hunter, what's the name of the company?
Not on the truck.
What's the name of the company?
It's called Flame Master Chimney Sweep in Woodland Park.
Flame Master. One word or two?
Yep. One word, Flame Master, chimney sweep.
Okay, now, are they still open if you go down to the town? Do they have an office or a place of business?
Yes, I think they do. We were just there last weekend, and we even tried to knock on his door. He's still got a business. He was either out on a delivery or he's not. He wasn't there. His door.
What's his phone number?
719-661-3277.
And what's his name?
His name is Alan Mason.
Alan Mason. So basically, Alan Mason has $5,000 of your money.
He's got almost $6,000 of my money.
This is terrible news. We have to go after this guy.
How did he pay? Did you pay with a credit card?
How did you pay him?
No, I paid with a check.
That's the worst thing in the world. I think this guy skipped with your money at 719-661-3277. I am sick and tired of companies like this. I am absolutely sick and tired. I'm disgusted by it. It's just unbelievable to me. And let me just see something here. Let me just call this number on my cell phone. And I'm going to call it and see what happens. 719-661-3277. I think I blocked my number, so he doesn't. I'll see, and then I'll take it on the phone here. Hey, this is Tom Martino in Denver, Colorado. I'm a consumer advocate. I have a radio show. And we have a call from a guy who says he paid $6,000, almost $6,000 to you guys as a down payment for a wood stove. And he's never heard from you again. And that's kind of bad news. And we didn't want to get the authorities involved until I talked to someone. Maybe there are extenuating circumstances. But this is Hunter, his name is. Hunter. Do you know a guy named Hunter? Mm-hmm. Now, listen, I just want to let you know that you're not on the air. You're on my cell phone speaking to me in my ear, but I'm on the air right now. I'm on the air right now. Why, you hear him? You don't? No, good.
No, we don't hear him.
No, okay, so we don't hear you, and so I'm keeping you off the air because I don't want to. But we do need. What's that, sir? Okay, well, we are on several radio stations, but here in Denver, it's KHOW, and then we also are on from 10 to noon on KRDO radio in Colorado Springs. And my name is Tom Martino. I'm a consumer advocate. Just look me up, and we help people who have been lied to, cheated, ripped off, or have business problems. Not everyone is a liar and cheater. But we help people, and I don't want to get an attorney involved and get all serious if it's a simple problem. But I just want you to tell your boss under the Contractors Trust Act, when you take money for someone on a job and you don't complete it, it can be a crime. So just tell him that, and you can call us back. And here's the number you can call us back on. Al, did you hear what I said? You're the owner. You just got back. Did you hear what I was... All right. Hunter paid $6,000, he said, down, almost $6,000, 5,000 something. And he simply wants his stove delivered. And he said he had a contract with you, and he has not heard from you, and you keep delaying. Are you going to fulfill this order? All right, I'll tell you what. I'm going to have my producer call you right back because I have to take a break, and I want to keep you off the air right now. Hold on. Yes, the number to call us, 303-627-8477. That's 303-MARTINO. Now, you can call us on that number. My producer will pick it right up. We'll keep you off the air until you want to tell your story. But this is important. This is a serious deal. So hang on, and we'll call you. Hold on.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Michael Brown in the morning and Dan Kaplis in the afternoon. 630 KHOW, Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Discover.
Typical slowdowns throughout the Denver metro for that Friday noon hour. Looks like some folks are getting out of work early this afternoon. I-25 northbound showing speeds in the 30s and 40s between Alameda and Spear Boulevard. Southbound I-25 slow itself between I-70 and Spear. North from there, I-270 westbound looking at some normal heavy congestion into Commerce City at the exit to Vasquez. Further east, I-70 east and westbound, no complaints to and from DIA. Fox 31, pinpoint weather, mostly cloudy skies today, but warming up for the weekend with a high of 42 degrees this afternoon. Overnight low of 20, tomorrow high of 44. The current temperature in Denver is 36 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
We could talk about how complicated other banks make it to redeem credit card rewards. Or we could talk about how with Discover, you can redeem your rewards for cash in any amount at any time. Talk about amazing. Learn more at discover.com/redeem rewards. Terms apply.
You know, if you are tired of the ups and downs of the stock market, you should be. It could be very dangerous for a portfolio, especially a retirement portfolio. I want to share with you a trusted financial advisor, Joe Chiano, and I'll give you the website and the phone number, and I really, really want you to call him about transferring some of those qualified funds from the stock market into a guaranteed annuity with no risk and a guaranteed income for life. It's that simple. 303-779-6600. 779-6600. The website is mymoneymyway.com. You've heard me talk about Century RV, and I love these guys. They just built a $10 million facility for servicing everything they sell. They do great on their warranty work. They put their customers first, of course. In fact, you have to be a customer to get service there. And then they also have new and used RVs, and they'll even buy your RV. CenturyRV.com. They're up at exit 240 and I-25 on the east side on Frontage Road. That's CenturyRV.com, 303-453-1111. Harris Family Law. Stability.
It's your place next week, huh?
What's next week?
Suzanne's leaving town.
She's gone Monday through Friday.
Yeah.
Remodeling project. Hi, folks. Dan Cicchini, owner of Done Right Kitchens and Baths, Windows and Doors. Simply put, we make people happy by being particular, just like you. 800-362-8370.
Denver's talk station. Online at khout.com.
All right, 303-713-8255. Don't forget, when we're not here, you can always reach us at help@troubleshooter.com, or what number works all the time?
303-627-8466. Now, listen. We are waiting to hear from this place, Hunter. But he did tell me on the phone that, on that one-way phone conversation, that he was going to get this job done. So,
okay.
I mean, he's, I don't know, he sounded pretty concerned, and he said he wanted to tell the whole story, and we hope to get him on the air, so hold on. Suze, I would love to hear the whole story. No confrontation. I'd love to do it. Right now, though, it is Alicia's turn. Alicia, what's going on?
Hi there, Tom. Thanks for taking my call.
Yes, Alicia.
I was recently in an automobile accident, and while everyone was fine, my Jeep was totaled. And I have great insurance, USAA, because I'm retired from the United States Army.
And you're retired from the Army. Wow, okay. Now, do you like USAA?
I do. I've had great success with them. They're extremely responsive.
Wow, I've heard bad things about them, but that's good that you like them. It's good. So USAA insurance, and what's the issue?
So when I found out that my vehicle was totaled, so this was in November.
And what year is your vehicle?
It was a 2014 Jeep. It was a Polar Edition. They only made 4,500 of them.
Oh, it's pretty.
So
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. That's a nice car.
It is. So I contacted my finance company to have the title released so that it could be paid for and I could get my new vehicle. And after almost 6 weeks...
Now, wait a minute. Your insurance takes care of that. You don't have to do that.
They cannot... My finance company was not providing a title. They weren't responding to USAA at all. So I got involved.
And were you pleased with the settlement from USAA?
I was.
Okay,
surprisingly,
that's very
I really
nice.
Thought I was
you got
get,
settlement,
yeah.
But your finance company, what's the name of the finance company?
It's called First Investors Financial Services.
First Investors, they will not let you get the title.
Well, when I refinanced with them about a year ago, they had a really, really low rate, and apparently they never filed for my title change. So
wait a minute. So
record,
whose name? Where does your title sit? With them or with the previous lender?
The previous lender, where I purchased my Jeep from.
Well, do they have it?
They do not, because they no longer are the lien holders. Did
they send it to First Investors?
They did, and First Investors never had it perfected.
Well, but do they still have it?
Does who still have it?
First Investors admits that they received the title. They just didn't file it.
That's correct.
They can file it now.
They can, but this has been already 6 weeks that I can't get my payment for my vehicle, and on the first of the month, First Investors took out another payment for my vehicle. This is now the second payment.
Oh no!
My vehicle's been
You
totaled.
Can't talk to First Investors?
Oh, I did. I talked to them every day. The first phone call that I received back from them was on the 3rd of January.
Listen, you can kick their asses. I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you that they have a problem here, and I mean that. And we have the information for you. Let me just get it. First, I want you to call this agency or go online, submit a complaint, and then I'm going to put Deputy Smarty Pants on this, and Smarty Pants is going to tell them that they're going to be on the hook for damages. If you've been without a car 6 weeks,
they should be paying, in my opinion, is they should be paying for a rental at this point.
They are in bad shape, and we can take them to court, too. So, you know, we're going to have Smarty Pants. I want Smarty Pants.
You know, Mark Cranack does stuff like this.
Yeah, Mark Cranack can write them a letter. We got to play some hardball with these people. They're really doing you wrong, sister. They're doing you wrong. This is wrong, wrong, wrong. And I want to get this, okay? Now, listen.
Wait, why couldn't she go get a duplicate title?
Because it's not lost. It's there. I mean, she can, but it'll show this other company sent it to them. It'll still show, and then they still have to do something.
No, I'm saying, but wouldn't USAA take that?
Do they have a reason they're doing this to you?
The reason is because there's a lot of finger pointing inside of First Investors. They said another department should have done that part. The lending club part should have done the title perfection a year ago, and it's not their fault. I need to call lending club. I call lending club. They transfer me to the title department, which is on the First Investor side. So the only phone call that I've ever received from them, which was on Tuesday, she let me know that she'll be following up on this weekly until it's taken care of. And I said, weekly?
Okay, I'll tell you what. Deputy Smarty Pants gets results. I hope he's listening. I think he is. We're going to... This is wrong, wrong, wrong. Where are they located?
The First Investors is located in Houston.
Okay, let's see if they have a registered agent here, Mark. Okay.
Don't you think USAA has something in this, though?
No, they don't. No.
As much as they could.
No, USAA is not responsible for this.
Well, she buys the insurance policy through them on that vehicle.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
And the vehicle's totaled.
Right.
And according to that policy, they're going to pay her.
They're paying her.
Well, they're not paying her.
Yeah, they are. They're paying her. They have no problem. She has to pay it off now.
They can't issue it until they have the title released.
I'm sorry, I missed that.
They have to get the title to pay it off. That's.
No, wait. That's where I'm going. So hold on. They have not paid you, right?
But Mark,
correct.
They are obligated. They are not obligated to give her the money. They're obligated to pay the thing off, and the investor company is screwing with them. Now, I agree with Mark on one thing. I know we're late. The one thing I agree on is they should bring out the big dogs because they truly are in this transaction.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Discover.
No major complaints throughout the Denver roads and freeways as we close out the noon hour. I-25 north and southbound back to highway speeds into and out of downtown. Up on the northeast end near Commerce City, I-270 westbound. Slowdowns remain approaching Vasquez. I-70 east and westbound. It's been an easy drive all day between the foothills and DIA. On the south end of town, I-225 north and southbound. No complaints for our drivers in Aurora and DTC. Fox 31 pinpoint weather, mostly cloudy skies, but warming up as we head into the afternoon with a high of 42 degrees. Tomorrow, high of 44, and Sunday, high of 46. The current temperature is 39 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and weather, Mark Swan, 630 KHOW.
We could talk about how complicated other banks make it to redeem credit card rewards. Or we could talk about how with Discover, you can redeem your rewards for cash in any amount at any time. Talk about amazing. Learn more at discover.com/redeem rewards. Terms apply.
All right. Boonstra Excavation is a lifesaver for me because we get complaints from people or inquiries about their septic systems. They live in the suburbs or they live out in the country and they need someone. You don't call a regular plumber. What, are you kidding me? You'll be taken to the bank. They don't know anything about it. Boonstra Excavation. That's who you need. Oh, pass the word around. A reliable septic system repair place. Boonstra, B-O-O-N-S-T-R-A. BoonstraExcavation.com. And they'll take care of it for you. Every part of the septic system, including leach fields, repairs, maintenance, or replacements. 970-278-6158. 6151. That's 970-278-6151. Do you want some extra money? Take some of that old jewelry you have in drawers, mismatched earrings, broken watches, incomplete coin collections, whatever. If it's junk, you know what? David Ellis Jewelry will weigh it and pay it. What about vintage or used jewelry, estate jewelry? They'll buy that too. And while you're there, you may want to buy something, but there's no obligation. DavidEllisJewelry.com, in business 40 years. 3rd and Clayton in Cherry Creek. 303-322-8779. This is the biggest piece of bullshit I've ever seen in my life, where you can't fucking put this keyboard up. So now I got to use this laptop. Because I'm going to start standing from now on. Because you can't sit. Not for a while.
Then he's going to twist his ankle. He'll be standing there on crutches.
Okay, I talked to the stove guy. That guy is legit.
Who is?
The stove guy, and he is going to come on the air.
Oh, good.
The only problem is that's going to be at 1 o'clock, the same time as Rosedale.
Well, okay, so we'll tell Ron. We'll call Ron.
I don't think it'll take long.
No, let's do Ron first. Or do you think it'll take too long?
No, I think we can get this settled pretty quick with this guy, if you're okay with it.
Yeah, let's do it.
He's
Just tell Ron he'll have to
legit.
wait. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
No, just tell Tom or tell Ron we got to clear a guy's name.
So you really feel the good about the guy, right?
Very good about this
good.
guy. Yeah, it sounds like he got a messy and fuzzy. Then now he's cleaning up after him. So.
Funny, if you Google Boonstra, there's a Boonstra heating and air conditioning. There's a Boonstra.
Wonder if it's a family of contractors.
I don't know.
Oh, and a lawyer?
A lawyer, a doctor.
It must be a more popular
More
last
common
name than we
than-
know.
Yeah. No, I was just chuckling the way Tom was saying it. It's kind of like a toast. Boonstra.
Smash a glass.
Yeah.
Pork chop day.
All of the liberals trying to ruin it.
To the talk of the world.
This conversation has completely made me crazy.
We're talking
I wanted to really talk about
right here.
It never ends. Never a slow day.
630 KHAP, Denver's talk station.
Hey, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Alicia, we are putting Deputy Smarty Pants on this, and that's it. Now we're going to go somewhere else. Coming up in the next hour, Hunter, we're going to get the owner of the stove place on. He wants to give his side of the story, and this is good news, and I'll tell you why. Sue feels that he's totally legit, and that basically he's a good guy. She just talked to him at length. Now, I trust her judgment. She's been doing this for many years with me, so we'll check it out and see what happens. But right now, you hold on, and we'll take him up after the show. We're also, after this top of the hour here, we're also going to talk very seriously about this Tufts food study. It's called the Food Compass, where they said Cocoa Puffs are healthier than eggs and other crap like that. From an expert. Hang on. I'm Tom Martino.
This is Dan Kaplis. Serious car crash.
Is it Flame Master? Was that the name of the place?
Yes.
In Woodlands Park.
Flame Master Chimney Sweep is what they were called.
Put down the deposits. A propane fire. Stove. Stove. With Flame Master. Flame Master what?
Chimney Sweep.
That's the name of it?
And you did that in November, right?
That's what I remember, yeah.
What is the old thing? I am proud. Oh.
The Flame Master Chimney Sweep. Look at, he marks 2 years since the riot. That's all this fucking guy that's all that Democrats talk about.
Hey, at least they're not calling it insurrection.
I'm sure they are.
That's right.
No, they
not
are.
on Fox. On Fox,
CNN.
It's a riot.
Right. God, he is so sad looking. I have no confidence in that man whatsoever. None. I can't believe people like him as president.
He's a hell of a politician. I have learned that about Biden. He is a hell of a politician.
Oh, he's winning a second term.
I don't know if he'll even run, but
no, he will. And he's going to.
Dude,
he knows.
Maybe.
He knows the vice president can come in. He knows it.
He's as old as fuck, dude.
So we are really but Mark.
Do you think they can run with Kamala though?
We are voting on a vice president this time around.
But I mean, is it going to be Kamala? Or are they going to have a different? You think?
Here's the other thing. Not only are we voting on the president, but we are also. The Republicans are split because of the asphalt.
Yeah.
I mean, when you have his number one fan thinking he should run over there, you know there's something to it.
What's that?
I'm
done with Trump.
Yeah, the divisiveness has gotten to the point of stupidity. I mean, look at how bad what's her name looks like in Arizona. Lakes, is it? I really thought she had something going on. And
the only one going is DeSantis.
Yeah. DeSantis is to lose if he wants it.
Please bring up that study mark for yourself.
Bring up what?
For your study.
Oh, yeah. What is it, Tufts? Yeah.
We've helped men navigate complex legal matters for 30 years. Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell and Cordell's Denver area attorneys.
It's called the Tufts Food Compass.
Right.
You thought I was fucking with you when I brought that up, didn't you? It's so outrageous. It's unbelievable. What is that? What is a missing indigenous persons alert? I saw that on the news.
It's a new department in missing people now.
For Native Americans?
For Native Americans, yeah, because they were not...
Why wouldn't you just do whatever the other alert is, an amber, is it... So it's just... I don't fucking get it. So...
It's a whole different department.
If it's a kid, is it still is it an Amber Alert and?
Do you get a double? I don't know.
Here's fruits. Where's my favorite? Is the.
This report is sponsored by Discover.
Where's the one with the chocolate almonds? Here we go.
We also have roadworks to look out for, both directions of Santa Fe between Highland Church Parkway and C470. Getting through that's going to add about 10 minutes on to the drive. And a couple slow spots out there too, northbound I-25 heavy through the downtown area at 270 going in both directions across Commerce City. Your Fox 31 pinpoint weather, partly sunny and high near 40 today. Tonight partly cloudy and mid-20s for the low. Tomorrow mostly sunny. We'll get to the mid-40s for the high, and Sunday mostly sunny and 48. Right now it's 35. With your impact traffic and weather, Katie Mitchell, 630 KHOW.
We could talk about how complicated other banks make it to redeem credit card rewards. Or
So the Food Compass score.
you can redeem your rewards for cash in any amount at any
My favorite ones are like French toast.
I want you to ferret through that.
Believe it or not, I think they changed this up a little. They pulled some of the shit that was on here just the other day. Not like... It's almost like they're just not listing the comparisons anymore.
I know. But those were some critics doing that.
M&M's. Okay, here's some good ones. M&M's got a 43. Crackers and wheat toast get a 48. Potato chips get a 59. And then you go... They took away some of the comparisons.
Yeah, but you're going to do it.
Yeah, they're still here, but it's not in your face like it was. They literally did change this a little. They didn't change the data. They changed the way they were representing it.
Oh, I know.
In fact, you know what's weird? It looks like they took hamburger off the list.
Hamburger was last.
In steak.
Dollars. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Money. That's money. Enter it now at KHOW.com. Inflation Salvation on 630 KHOW.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help a common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino. This hour brought to you by 888heating.com. Let me tell you something. We have exciting news. We're back to the $500 gas giveaway. All you have to do, listen, you have to go to 888heating.com. Sign up for a free furnace checkup. Not a free, I'm sorry, for a furnace checkup, and then you're eligible for the $500 gas giveaway, okay? The details are at 888heating.com. Look for my face or look for my name. Click on that screaming deal. Now, it's a great deal, and you are automatically entered to win your gasoline, and you can get a checkup anyway because it's important. It won't do you any harm. It's good, and it's our screaming deal, all right? So what you do is click on it. It's on the top of the page, and you'll find it, our screaming deal, and it's 888heating.com. Okay, now, we are going, when you click it, by the way, for some reason I'm having trouble clicking it, but you'll click on it, 888heating.com. Now, I want to tell you that there was a food study that came out we're going to get to in a little while. The Tufts Food Compass, which is raising eyebrows all over. But it's probably the way most people think. And we're going to talk to an expert on this. And I say an expert because he is. And everything he has said 40 years ago to me.
He's a nutritional doctor.
Came true. Metabolic doctor, yes. Now, let's first go to the owner of Flame Master Chimney Sweep in Woodland Park, because Hunter called in and said, I paid this guy nearly $6,000 for a wood stove back in November, and I haven't been able to get it. And I'm very concerned. Is that it in a nutshell, Hunter?
It's a propane stove.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That's right, propane. And you said you've called several times. You can't get a hold of them?
That's my only complaint was I felt like we had a really good relationship, and I know he had to get the stove there and stuff. But after a while, our communication just kind of dropped off. I never could get.
All right.
He never would return my call.
That's fair. And I called Al Mason, and he's on the air right now. Let's bring him up. Al Mason, thank you for being here. You said there's a lot to this story. Go ahead, Al.
Well, first of all, I take full responsibility for everything that's happened. I had an employee who was ordering things without my say-so, and over the phone one day I had found out that he made another large order, and I was trying to correct him over the phone, and he said, well, I'll just cancel that order. And I said, no, you made the order. This was Hunter's order and a couple of other people's order. And I said, no, don't cancel it. You already made it. Don't cancel it. I was under the impression that order was on its way, and we had a large snowstorm here in Colorado, or in Woodland Park, and I thought that we were supposed to get delivery the week we had the snowstorm. We didn't get delivery of it, and I didn't hear about delivery of it, so I contacted my supplier who that stove is coming from, and they said that order had been canceled. So ultimately, the day he made the order and I told him that he's got to stop making these orders, he canceled the order, and he promptly quit that day as well and just walked out. And so I did not know till about a week and a half ago that order had been canceled. I have since reordered it, and probably Monday or Tuesday I will know what day or at least what couple of days that it should arrive. I would expect to have it within a week and a half, maybe two at the outside.
All right. So where does it stand right now? Maybe 2 weeks at the outside?
I would 2 weeks at the outside.
Okay. Are these propane stoves just for looks, or do they have heat? No, they produce heat. Actually, modern day gas appliances generally are made to produce heat now. They didn't used to be. They used to be decorative. Do you know people that can hook up that propane for them?
We will.
Oh, I thought that he had to get a separate person for that.
There was a gas line that needed to be moved, hard piped over to where the stove is going to be. We don't do that, and I believe
he just hooks up the flex line.
We just took up the flex line, yeah.
All right. 303-713-TALK. Thank you, by the way. And Al, how long you been in business?
I've been in business for about 21 years. Officially, I became an LLC in 2016 or 17.
Now, Hunter, are you satisfied?
Yes, I am, Tom, and I appreciate it. Alan, you know, as I said, I felt like we really had a good relationship going, and I can understand personnel change and stuff like that, but I was just getting kind of concerned when my phone calls weren't getting returned.
Yeah.
Again, I'm very sorry. Completely my responsibility. You and about 50 other people I need to call. No,
I appreciate it. You're straightforward, Al. Thank you very much. No, and we'll be in touch. That's Flame Master Chimney Sweep in Woodland Park answering to Hunter. Hunter's feeling good about it. He said he always felt good about it. All right. Dr. Ron Rosedale is on. I'm only going to have him on a few minutes. I'm going to have him on now and then in the break. But Dr. Ron Rosedale, about 40 years ago, was telling me about low carbs, and people were saying he was crazy. He was also telling me about dropping out sugar, starches, and all that from diabetic diets. Type 2 diabetics don't need insulin. He has had so many people that don't need insulin on type 2. He truly is in the medical circles renowned for his forward thinking. I mean, people just now are getting around to keto crap. This guy's been talking about it for 40 years. And he looks at the entire metabolism, and I think his message in short is this. There is no one disease. There's a collection of symptoms that people call diseases. The entire problem with health happens when there is a breakdown in communication from the cells to and leptin and insulin and all the signaling hormones. It's just a lack of communication. And all of that is done through nutrition. We kill ourselves. And this Tufts diet, oh my God, Dr. Rosedale, did you look at the Tufts Food Compass?
First of all, thanks for having me on, Tom, and I appreciate it. And yes, I did. And it's just another in a long line of medical ineptitudes. I don't know how else to say it. It's just a new way to apply old, archaic, and false science by the same people, like you said, that have been telling diabetics and the rest of us for over half a century to eat a diet that mostly turns to sugar. It's basically just putting lipstick on a pig, so to speak.
Yeah.
Although comparing medical science to a pig is an insult to pigs, really.
Now listen. Mark looked at this and was shocked. First of all, it said that frosted mini wheats has a score. Frosted mini wheats has a score from 1 to 100 of 83, and cheddar cheese
87.
87. I'm sorry. And so listen. What they're saying is
cheddar cheese is 28.
They're saying that frosted mini wheats and chocolate covered almonds and honey nut Cheerios is better. They are better than eggs.
Exactly.
Eggs, beef, and
worse.
cheese.
Yeah. Watermelon was 98, I think.
100.
Tell me what happens.
Watermelon is a superfood, according to this.
Tell me something. What happens when people eat watermelon? Scientifically, you see, they can't debate chemistry, and I don't think, and I hope YouTube and Facebook's not going to ban us for talking about real science. What does watermelon do when you eat it?
Watermelon is really no more than sugar water, and so you're drinking sugar water, and the sugar itself. You can ask your grandparents. Sugar is unhealthy. Sugar, so-called glycates, it sticks to proteins, it sticks to DNA, and it changes their message. And you mentioned communication, which you're right is so critical to health. It is health. It is what causes life. And sugar basically gums it all up. It caramelizes us. In the food industry, they talk about caramelization, and that's when sugar combines with protein and makes this brown, gooey mess that, for instance, causes Alzheimer's. It causes cataracts, wrinkles.
Okay, let's talk about inflammation in general. What about inflammation?
And that causes inflammation because signals our immune system to try and get rid of this garbage that causes inflammation. Inflammation is what causes cardiovascular disease, not cholesterol. That's been known for decades, and yet they keep hanging on to cholesterol. And so eggs, which are high in cholesterol, they subtract. I think it has like a so-called score in this so-called compass of 60 or something like that. And Fruit Loops and watermelon are much higher.
No, the egg is 28 compared to Frosted Mini Wheats, which is like 87. Here's another thing. Listen to this. They're saying that a whole egg, poached. Guess what? Guess what's healthier than a boiled poached egg, which in essence has an egg,
Snickers bar,
Lucky Charms, and a Snickers bar.
Yeah. And look at an egg. You know, an egg has gone through the evolutionary gauntlet, and nature has put into an egg those nutrients that are most essential to initiate and sustain life. You know, eggs are the seeds of the animal world. And because it has cholesterol. By the way, and cholesterol is something that cells cannot live without. You cannot make a cell without cholesterol. It is an essential nutrient. It's not there to kill us. They're the reason our body makes cholesterol. If you don't eat it, your body will make it. And yet, because eggs have cholesterol, and there's a reason that nature has put so much cholesterol in an egg, because it's necessary to make the cells that will sustain life.
I know, and people think, Ron, if you eat cholesterol, it turns to cholesterol and fat. If you eat fat, it turns to fat and cholesterol. They have no idea of the chemistry. They think when they eat pasta, it's healthy according to this. Isn't pasta equal to a full bowl of sugar?
It is a bowl of sugar. A slice of bread is a slice of sugar. A potato is a big lump of sugar. But they don't see any of this. And when you talked about communication, we talked about glycation a few minutes ago, or a minute ago. And what's even worse is by raising your blood sugar, it raises insulin, it raises leptin, it causes insulin resistance, it causes leptin resistance. And these are the things that actually cause diabetes. And so, once again, they're telling you to eat a diet that will initiate and worsen diabetes.
I don't even know. You want to talk about false science, and we're going to take a break. Come right back. Do you realize that Twitter and all of these social media sites will nix you if they don't like what you say and they say it's scientifically wrong? This Tufts food study is being promoted all over social media. How wrong can you be? How wrong can you be? Frank Duran, the real estate man with RE/MAX Alliance. He is a certified negotiation expert, and he knows how to aggressively market your home.
With our specialized marketing knowledge, we aggressively implement the most advanced, innovative, and proactive marketing plan you will find anywhere.
For all things real estate, do not hesitate to call 303-920-1622 or get tips online at frankdurantherealestateman.com. If you need advice for a divorce, Harris Family Law is the place to go. I hope you don't need them. But Harris Family Law is equipped to handle your divorce and save you money. Why? They do collaborative law, which means they cooperate with the other side and agree not to file anything with the courts, but to talk everything through. In fact, you can go straight to Harris Family Law for divorce mediation and never hit the courts except for a final decree. They can help you with every aspect of divorce or part of it. The whole thing or part, it's unbundled services. Whatever it is concerning divorce, separation, child custody, child care, you call them. 303-515-5000, 515-5000, harrisfamilylaw.com. And if you want solid advice on retirement, this sponsor of my show is on here because I use them. I pay the fees, and it's far outweighed by what they have saved me and make me, and I urge you to get a free review. This is not a trade or complimentary. I put Retirement Planning Center on the show because they are real, and they can help everyone get ready for retirement. rpcenter.com, family owned and operated, and they'll meet with you as much as it takes for you to feel comfortable. 970-663-3211, 970-663-3211.
Inflation is up, the stock market is down, and you're just a few years away from retirement.
No, I mean, shit.
Yeah. What about Oreos? I've been waiting to hear.
Well, they're way more healthier than chicken.
Double stuff?
It's really fucking crazy. That'd be funny if Oreos were at 50.
Yeah.
But double stuff
Double
was
stuff.
100.
Yeah.
Well, all those things are paid for by Kellogg's and Post. Those are the two biggest places where Tufts get the money.
Is it really?
Yeah, for real.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they acknowledge that.
That's pathetic.
Hey, you give me enough money, I will do a poll.
Yeah, we can twist it any which way you want. We just
Anyway.
have to change the parameters to,
Yeah, Russian roulette's fun.
Yeah.
I never write reviews, but Navage is so amazing, I had to leave one. Nothing's ever cleared out my sinuses as well. I'm blown away by how Navage works. That's a review from Carrie,
Would
and it's one of
Tesla
over
did it?
100,000 online testimonials.
Tesla's weird, man.
What's up, Jay?
Nasal care, and I've talked about flushing out allergies.
Their books are so good, though, man.
How Navage's powered suction can help you.
I think he's getting a little punished because of the Twitter shit.
Yeah, well, you know the woke crowd would come after him for that.
What do people like Chad say, who wrote, Navage has helped clear out my nasal passages every single night. My wife says my snoring has gone way down.
How did your car do with the cold? Did you notice a...
I don't, if there's snow or ice, I don't drive it, but in the cold, it's fine. I don't drive it enough, see if the battery isn't. God, he's so deaf.
Oh!
I swear to God. I feel, I gotta like yell in here.
My girlfriend's that way, and then she'll start, stop fucking yelling at me.
Oh, what gets me, Brown's the same way. If Tom's not here and I come in here, as soon as I plug in, Brown's headphones are like on 10.
Yeah.
If he leaves now and I go over there, I always forget. I'll plug mine in, they're on 10.
Why was it when the Black Lives Matter people took over police stations and government buildings, they didn't call it an insurrection?
I don't know.
Yep. Yeah. They took over whole
Because they
city.
weren't trying to overthrow the government, per se.
Yeah. Well, you know, what was it, Seattle? They had, what, 8 square blocks or 6 square blocks or something?
Oh, yeah, what was that called down there? It was, there was a name for it. Wasn't it like, no, something like the, yeah, you're right there, but something like the Summer of Love, or it was,
Oh, yeah.
it was dubbed something. Summer of Love.
Summer of Love.
How'd they get back that area?
Yeah, they just went in and threw everybody out. They had to.
I think eventually
The liberal government did that?
Well, it wasn't publicized, but yeah, they had to.
People are still stealing in California.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
They walk right.
Update on the guy with the noise on the Tundra.
Yep.
He's on his way. He ended up behind an accident on
Listen,
I-70.
we're not going to...
No, I told him if he can't be here by 2, we can't do it. He's thinking 150. So
I might be impossible.
Monday.
Just tell them not to worry. Tell them we can't do it. It's too late. We need time.
yeah.
They have to listen to it and do
Okay,
analysis.
I'll tell him.
Just don't bother.
Okay.
He was coming...
He was coming anyway.
Tell her he was coming to town anyway, but not to come here.
I keep watching. You think Camping World can maintain what they're doing?
Well, what's wrong with what they're doing?
11% dividends?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
No.
It's been going on for a while.
I don't think they can
You mean you
maintain it.
buy that stock and you'll get 11% back? How are they doing that?
Quarterly, they're paying $2 a share.
House Studios. Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com. Denver's talk station. 30 KO.
I'm Tom Martino, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Premier window cleaning services and pressure washing, the best services at the lowest prices. These guys will do a great job, residential or commercial. They'll do inside and outside glass, including all your interior glass when you have it done, at great prices. 303-564-5574, 564-5574. That is WeCleanWindows.co. WeCleanWindows.co. So we're talking to Dr. Ron Rosedale about the Tufts Food Pyramid. And you know, Ron, here's something. I've known you for 40 years, and here's what I want to say. You know that recently, if you said anything wrong that they considered wrong about COVID or about the vaccination, they'll kick you right the hell off of social media. They kick you right off. They are tightly censored, tightly. Whether it's based on real science, I don't even want to get into that. But why? But I've noticed that this food pyramid's all over Instagram, TikTok, and all over Twitter. It's not being censored for being wrong. I mean, but could you be more wrong, Ron, where you're talking about a Snickers bar being more healthy than a steak?
No, you couldn't be more wrong. And it reminds me of a commencement speech given at Harvard Medical School many years ago. And the dean of Harvard Medical School was talking to the graduating medical students. And he said, I have good and bad news for you. He said, the good news is that of everything that you've learned, you've toiled, you've stayed up all night, you've been on call, and you've sweated, of everything you've learned, the good news is half of it will be wrong. And he said, but the bad news, we don't know which half.
Wow.
And I would go beyond that. That was years ago. I would say it's not just half. I would say it's closer to 90%. They were totally wrong about diabetes and what causes it. They're totally wrong about cholesterol being the main cause of heart disease. Totally wrong about calcium, a lack of calcium causing osteoporosis. I mean, good Lord. The U.S. Eats more calcium than almost any other nation, has the highest incidence of osteoporosis. But they ignore all that science. They don't measure insulin. They don't measure leptin. They still measure cholesterol.
So calcium ingested as a supplement cannot help your bones.
No. It doesn't tell your bones to build themselves. It doesn't add to the communication. In fact, it subtracts from the communication. If you start accumulating calcium within cells, your cells are dying. We know that it's detrimental to your cells. They talk about calcium, or they talk about cholesterol being, bad for your heart, and that if you eat cholesterol or if your cholesterol is elevated, they make up a disease that you increase your risk of heart disease. But they don't tell you that as you lower cholesterol, your risk of mortality goes up. So yeah, okay, even if it was good for your heart, which it isn't by lowering cholesterol, so then you die with a healthy heart. Who cares? All you care about is mortality rate, but they don't talk about that.
And true mortality rates, and it's been proven with many studies that lower cholesterol around the world has been measured, and the lower the cholesterol, there's a direct correlation to higher mortality.
That's correct, and that's not new. That's been known for maybe 15 years, I suppose, and it's been done in many, many different studies. It's virtually an absolute fact, but they ignore that. And there's a reason for it, and that's because medicine is a business. It's a business for profit, and they make profit off of cholesterol-lowering drugs. You don't make profit off of trying to increase insulin sensitivity or leptin sensitivity, lowering insulin, lowering leptin so your cells can hear it better. You don't make money off of a healthy person. You want to keep people sick, and you want to keep them sick for a long time. You don't want to try and kill them because you don't make money off of a dead person either. So by putting people on cholesterol-lowering drugs, they get more sick. The increase in cancer is very relevant when you lower cholesterol. There is so much wrong with the medical profession. I will say, I would like to mention that there are miracles in medicine, but the miracles lie in emergency room and critical care. That's where the miracles are.
Yeah.
But
now, listen, Dr. Rosedale, I want to talk about something real quick here. So, in general, red meat gets a bad rap, okay? And I think part of it is because of the industry, the antibiotics, the way the meat is raised. I get that. But as far as a food, the meat itself, red meat, is it bad for us?
The meat itself is not. The red part can be bad. The red part is from iron, and if you have too much iron,
what does that mean? The red part
and inflammation.
A steak is all red.
Yeah, and so it depends. So you just measure your ferritin. So the things that really are relevant, they're not measuring. They don't measure ferritin, which is how your body stores iron. It's a protein that stores iron. Measure your ferritin. If it's high, then you have to watch your red meat, or just donate blood. And that's great. Then you lower your ferritin, and it doesn't cause harm at all. But they don't even look at that. They
What
don't
about,
measure
okay,
insulin. They
then
don't
what
measure
about chicken? What about pork?
Yeah, pork, relatively healthy. Chicken is relatively healthy. You don't want to eat too much protein either, but you want to eat a relevant amount of protein. You don't want to eat foods that turn to sugar. I mean, that's just dictum.
Doesn't protein, though, if you eat enough of it, turn into sugar?
That's what he just said.
Okay.
He just said you don't want to eat too much protein. You want to eat a certain amount of protein. And what about fat? Fat gets a bad name all over.
And that's just stupid, because fat does not raise insulin. Fat does not raise leptin. Fat is really quite neutral, and there's really very deep reasons for that. We won't have time to go into it, unfortunately. But the signaling mechanisms that are very relevant in the body that cause life or disease are based on sugar and protein and not fat. So fat is really kind of a neutral entity, and you can eat fat. It's the healthiest basically macronutrient to eat, because it really does not cause harm.
So, but can you actually get energy, though? Can you get energy from fats, good fats?
Yeah, and that's, we can boil everything that I've learned over decades, maybe 100,000 articles on one sentence, and that is that your health and lifespan is going to be most determined by the proportion of fat versus sugar you burn over a lifetime. That's your choice. You can burn fat, you can burn sugar. You're going to be healthy if you burn fat. You're not going to be healthy if you have to burn sugar most of the time. And the vast majority of people in this world, and what they're promoting by this type of diet, is forcing people to have to burn sugar. And burning sugar causes an immense amount of damage in the body.
And if you learn how to burn fat, you have to teach your body to start burning fat again.
That's exactly correct. And you cannot burn fat unless you keep insulin and leptin low. And by following this tough, ridiculous diet, you're going to maintain elevated insulin, elevated leptin, and you will not be able to burn fat. And people get fat not because they did, but because they can't burn it. And you're never going to be able to burn fat if you follow this type of diet.
What about alcohol, like whiskey compared to beer, compared to vodka?
Well, there are good things actually about alcohol. The bad part about drinking too much alcohol is that if you've eaten carbs that day that turn to sugar, you're going to burn the alcohol first, and you won't be able to burn the sugar.
Okay.
And so the problem with alcohol is you're going to be forced to burn it, and then sugar is going to be floating around more. It'll cause more glycation and things like that. So, again, it boils down to sugar, insulin, leptin, and that sort of thing.
How come sugar alcohols, like say in a whiskey, with nothing else in it?
Let's say you're on a no-carb diet.
How
and you
come
take
they don't affect the sugar level of the body? I just can't wrap my head around that.
Say again?
Why do alcohol sugars not affect your how much insulin is being used in your body or your sugar levels?
Sugar alcohols you're talking about?
Yes.
Okay, sugar alcohols are not like whiskey. They're a type of sweetener that are being used that are not digested so well, so they end up going through your intestines, and they then are affecting the bacteria in the gut. So they do have a downside, but they will not raise blood sugar so much, they will not raise insulin so much and leptin so much, and so in that regard they're good. There's a question as to how they might affect the gut flora, and that's a story for another day.
Yeah, and Dr. Rosedale, I don't want you to think we're obsessed with alcohol. I don't want you to think we're obsessed with alcohol, but you talked about alcohol sugars, and then you said not whiskey, but a shot of whiskey. Will a shot of whiskey put sugar in your system and raise your insulin?
No.
Okay. All right. And I'm not saying to go out and have a shot of whiskey. Hold on. We got more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Tom Martino now. Leland Conway at 2, 630 KHOW, Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Discover.
A busy
Friday, we have a crash northbound Colorado at Cherry Creek Drive, slow from Florida. Another accident at Quebec and Evans that is causing slow speeds in all directions there. We also have road work to look out for both directions of Santa Fe between Highlands Ranch Parkway and C470. Getting through that's going to add about 10 minutes onto your drive. And a couple slow spots out there north and southbound I-25 running heavy from I-70 into downtown. 270 slow spots across Commerce City. Your Fox 31 pinpoint weather, partly sunny, high near 40 today. Tonight partly cloudy, mid-20s. Tomorrow mostly sunny, mid-40s for the high, and Sunday mostly sunny and 48. Right now it's 36. With your impact traffic and weather, Katie Mitchell, 630 K-How.
We could talk about how complicated other banks make it to redeem credit card rewards. Or we could talk about how with Discover, you can redeem your rewards for cash in any amount at any time. Talk about amazing. Learn more at discover.com/redeem rewards. Terms apply.
Ashenberg Law, what is it all about? It is about making your divorce go smoothly. Now, you know how we feel about divorce, of course. It's inevitable for some, and you need good counsel going through it. Ashenberg Family Law is one of the firms that we highly recommend. You will love the way they handle divorces in a non-confrontational way. And also, they fight for you tenaciously. And I'd like you to know that they're located in an area with great access and parking at Southlands Mall, but they can do everything electronically. They're set up for everything, including exchange of documents. And they do text messaging and Zoom calling. FamilyLawPros.com, Ashenberg Law, 720-259-8400. 720-259-8400. The name Boonstra sounds like almost, I don't know, a marching band. Boonstra. What it is, it's the lifesaver for those people who have septic systems. Because before now, where do you go for septic system repairs? Where? And installations. You don't go anywhere. But Boonstra can do it for you. That's Boonstra, B-O-O-N-S-T-R-A, BoonstraExcavation.com, 970-278-6115. They can install, can repair, they can do pump replacements, alarms, a full diagnostic, free visual inspections.
Fort Collins, the mountains, so more than just the Front Range, and they go to Colorado Springs and Pueblo.
Really up and down, all around.
All around.
970-278-6151.
Green.
Let me put that down here.
Yeah, leave Pueblo out. Just say Colorado Springs. I think he does go to Pueblo, but
mountains, right?
Yeah, oh, definitely the mountains. A lot of bread and butter up there. So, did you know this? If you eat some sugary shit, whatever, a Snickers bar, and then you fucking take a shitload of fiber, it will literally get rid of some of that fucking sugar.
Oh, yeah, it will.
It'll absorb it, sure.
It'll cancel it. It'll
basically wash it out fast. Fiber is interesting. You know the only reason it's a carb, but you know why, in very general terms, why...
It's not absorbed.
Yeah, exactly. Your body just shits it out.
It's the same as an alcohol sugar, basically. Alcohol sugar absorbs more than fiber.
I take a shitload of fiber every day. I take 16 to 20 pills every day. And if I followed the shit on the bottle, it says after every meal you take 8. Fuck no. Fuck no.
I heard it can cause exactly the...
Dude, I've been doing it for about a year. It is fucking unbelievable.
It helps.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
What kind is it?
Husk. I'll send you a link. It's unbelievable.
So this girl that was on the phone, the roommate, well, she was killed too, right? She was crying and everything. It was recorded.
Yeah.
911.
Yep.
So Mark, I got a little camera. We have to get a time to check the studio once I build it out. I am so excited with everything I'm doing there. It'll be so much fun. No more sitting on bar stools. I'm building out a studio downstairs.
Oh, cool.
That's cool. I'm my 6-year-old. Hi, Dad. Why aren't you at work? I answered, because it's Saturday. He said, oh, thanks for visiting, Dad. Idaho murder mystery on my home. I've become a workaholic. It was decision time. What's more important, family or work? I chose family, and I stopped working 7 days a week. That's why I created Patriot Software, so entrepreneurs can run their payroll in minutes, which gives more time for their families. Go to patriotsoftware.com. Use promo code RADIO and get 2 months of payroll processing free. That's patriotsoftware.com.
I'm Mugga Shakibler, and it turns out astrology is way more widespread than any of us want to believe. You find it in Major League Baseball, international banks, K-pop groups, even the White House. But just when I thought I had a handle on this subject, something completely unbelievable happened to me.
Kind of like you're saying with that lady, what does a bad person look like? He wouldn't be my ideal picture of a knife-wielding murderer, this guy in Idaho.
No.
He looks kind of meek and
Okay,
kind of quiet.
tell me this part. No one's saying this.
Why did he kill him?
No one, well, who the fuck knows, but no one's saying this. After we find out, when he was walking, one of the girls that lived opens the door, and they came face to face. And then she goes back into her room. He murders everybody, and she doesn't call the cops for 8 hours. Give me a fucking break.
Well,
What
she
is
was
that?
sleeping, right?
She came face to face with him.
Right. But not in the room.
She opened her door as he's walking down the hallway to go kill the other people.
Oh.
He scared the fuck out of her, and she froze. This is all according to her.
He walked past her.
And he, for whatever reason, didn't murder her, walks past her.
And he has a hunting knife?
I don't know what she sees.
Lefties who strut around bragging about how Denver's a sanctuary city, what have they done personally to try to help the migrants who are now in our midst? I'll report to you on that at 4. The answer will not surprise you. Join me then.
Sugar. Oh, honey, honey. You are my candy girl. And you got me wanting you.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Dr. Ron Rosedale weighing in on the Tufts Food Compass. We were talking about diet, nutrition, and the fallacies out there, the things that people believe. So, Ron, I want to ask you something about the new keto craze. You were talking about low carb, high fat, moderate protein for 40 years now, right, or more?
Yeah, just about.
Now, is keto what you've been talking about, or does keto get it a little wrong?
The name gets it wrong. The type of keto they've been recommending basically is my diet, the diet I've been recommending for many years. But a keto diet can be a high-protein diet also, and there's problems with high protein. So the name keto is bad. I think the name arose because they didn't want to call it a high-fat diet because fat has been demonized so much. They didn't want to call it a high-fat diet. And by high-fat, we're talking about a diet that induces fat burning. By high fat, that means the cells will eat.
And that's the same. That's the same thing with Atkins. It was all meat. And tell me what you have against too much protein.
Well, like you mentioned, if you eat too much protein, your body is just going to turn it into sugar. And the way they do that, the way that proteins are made up of amino acids. Amino acids are molecules that are basically sugars that have a so-called amino group, which is a nitrogen group. And to turn protein into sugar, you have to take off the nitrogen group, and you make it into ammonia and urea, which are essentially poisons. So it's actually a little bit worse than sugar. And then you have to get rid of it. That's where the word urine comes from, basically from the urea, from proteins. So that's one reason. But a major reason is because protein signals a relatively new medical or metabolic process called the target of rapamycin, which is ubiquitous among all cells. And TOR regulates cell division and something called autophagy, which is cell recycling. It's the way that cells get rid of junk, basically. It gets rid of damaged proteins, damaged organelles like mitochondria, even damaged DNA, and then recycles it. And if you eat too much protein, you raise so-called the target of rapamycin, and you inhibit this autophagy, and so it
Okay,
accelerates.
so too much protein bad. Then how do we regulate? How do we know how much protein we should eat?
Well, it depends on a number of factors, including activity level, if you exercise or not. But roughly, the average person should eat maybe 50 to 60 grams of pure protein. That doesn't mean 60 grams of meat, which is largely water and fat and things like that. So, but typically maybe, if you want to be more exact, 0.6 to 1 gram of protein per kilo of lean mass. So that's how you would calculate it. So you
can you go pounds to ounces?
Yeah, a pound is roughly, I mean, a kilogram is roughly 2 pounds or something like that. So basically, you can take your weight and cut it in half, and that's about how much protein you should have in grams.
Okay. And what about fats?
As I said, fats are fairly neutral. And you can eat fat. It's not going to raise insulin. It's not going to raise your blood sugar. It's not going to raise leptin. It's going to basically preserve your cellular communication and therefore your life.
All right.
So, and that's okay. And the type of fat you eat it has relevance, of course, but it becomes less relevant as you gear your body, as you gear your metabolism, as you gear your communication to be able to burn it. Because then whatever you eat, you're just going to burn.
So it doesn't matter. It's not going to do harm. Mark?
There's a cereal commercial that is drilled through our brain because it plays on the studio all the time. It's Granberry or Grainberry cereal.
With monic sorghum or something?
Something. And they say in the commercial it's a sugar buster. And when I did a little research on it, it seems like they just put some kind of husk in it or fiber husk in it, and they call that a sugar buster. So if you take a lot of fiber after a sugary meal, does taking a lot of fiber literally get rid of some of that sugar?
No. No, you're right. Not at all. There's so much...
so fiber does not... When they do the net carbs, because they take 10 carbs, 4 fibers, net carbs are 6. They subtract the carbs. I mean the fiber. That's not right?
Right. Fiber is a carbohydrate, exactly. So the good thing about fiber is that it doesn't turn to sugar. It cannot turn to sugar.
But it doesn't subtract from the other carbs?
No, it doesn't subtract from the other carb.
No, I know what Tom's saying. Tom's saying if you look at something, if you look at the back of whatever, a bag of potato chips for that matter, when it breaks down the carbs into 3 categories.
Hold on 1 second. We got to take this break.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Discover.
A busy Friday. We have a crash northbound Colorado at Cherry Creek Drive, slow from Florida. Another accident at Quebec and Evans that is causing slow speeds in all directions there. We also have road work to look out for both directions of Santa Fe between Highlands Ranch Parkway and C470. Getting through that's going to add about 10 minutes onto your drive. And a couple slow spots out there north and southbound I-25 running heavy from I-70 into downtown. 270 slow spots across Commerce City. Your Fox 31 pinpoint weather, partly sunny, high near 40 today. Tonight, partly cloudy, mid-20s. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, mid-40s for the high, and Sunday mostly sunny and 48. Right now it's 36. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, Katie Mitchell, 630 KHOW.
We could talk about how complicated other banks make it to redeem credit card rewards. Or we could talk about how with Discover, you can redeem your rewards for cash in any amount at any time. Talk about amazing. Learn more at discover.com/redeem rewards. Terms apply.
It's not easy being the one everyone counts on to keep your operation running, no matter the weather or supply chain hiccup. But we get you, Raymond in Buffalo, Maria in Miami, and Jules in Troy, taking control of everything that's under your control. At Grainger, we're here for you with high-quality supplies for every industry, plus real-time product availability and access to experts ready to help. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
All right, when you are thinking about retirement, think about your investments. If you have a qualified plan, depending on the stock market, you may want to transfer that money into a guaranteed growth pension account with 0 risk for downside and losing and 100% benefit of upside. I'm telling you, you got to look into it. And then at the end, what happens when you turn it into income, however much you've amassed, turns into income for life, depending on your actuarial when you retire. You need to find out more. It's one of the best retirement plans there is, whether it's qualified money going into it or savings. Find out more, mymoneymyway.com. mymoneymyway.com.
I mean this. If you are dealing with broken pipes in your insurance company right now, I want you to call Matt at Paragon Services. I promise you, that insurance company is trying to give you the least amount of money that you deserve, and Matt will get the difference for you. He does it virtually every time. When my insurance company told me I had no hail damage, Matt came out. I ended up getting a check for $70,000 thanks to Paragon Services. If you're dealing with frozen pipes in your insurance company right now, you call Matt. Maybe your floor's ruined and they only want to repair a part of it. I bet you he can get you a new floor. 719-726-0020, 719-726-0020.
I always wanted to learn Spanish, but I never...
Okay, I'm signed out, baby. Yeah, I think I'm going to smoke some fucking... I love thighs, man. I love
thighs.
Chicken
That's
thighs.
And you know what? You never get them at a restaurant. Never.
I do not like drumsticks. Do you?
No.
You do? I don't like them.
Drumsticks and thighs are my two favorite.
Thighs are my favorite.
Wings or thighs are mine.
Oh, wings you can't.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
I don't even consider that chicken.
That's not chicken.
That's candy.
Yeah.
You know what, though? Seriously. No restaurants will do a good job with thighs. You won't get thighs.
Some Thai restaurants.
I'm tired of people having white meat only chicken.
Or no skin.
There's a place out on Union that does just marinated thighs for sandwiches.
I love
bomb chicken.
What are you, serious?
Certain yeah.
I'd like to open a place called Chicken Thighs.
Chicken
thighs, legs.
No. Tits and thighs.
Oh God.
Tits. That's
breast and thighs.
No.
Okay, breast and thighs. And then you have like Hooters women working there.
Yeah, that will go over big, Mark. That will.
That's popular nowadays.
People will love that.
Troubleshooter Tom Martino opens up tits and chicken.
I know what he was saying. It doesn't subtract the other carb. It just
doesn't offset real.
It doesn't
carbs.
negate carbs. Yeah.
It just offsets itself.
Well, no, but it'll offset total carbs.
Right.
On the back of the package, but it doesn't subtract from the other. You know what I'm saying. And then same with alcohol sugar. Some stuff that has like stevia.
You don't count.
Yeah, it'll say carbs, but then you subtract that amount.
Kickin' chicken.
Kickin' chicken. That's
It's a Japanese marinated chicken thigh
That's
sandwich.
what I'm saying. The Thai places and Japanese. Yep. Chicken thighs are the best chicken, but wings are better.
So I figured out my muscle problem. I have to stand, but now my feet are killing me.
But the wings, the problem with wings.
Don't forget these tools.
Eating.
Mark, don't forget those tools.
You coat them with the most beautiful sugars.
Yep.
They're so fucking good. I mean, my favorite kind of wing is a very, very tangy, vinegary barbecue with all the skin on it and crisp on the outside. Smoke the wings, throw them in the fucking oven for about 4 minutes, crisp that skin up, bake on that fucking sugar, and it is candy, man. Have you ever had candy
but that's
bacon?
why I stay away from sauces and stuff. I don't like barbecue sauces anymore.
Fuck. I like garlic.
Yeah.
I'll take cheap barbecue sauce and mix garlic in it like you won't believe. You like hot sauce?
Yeah.
I love hot sauces. You like green chili?
Love it.
Fucking love green chili. I'm not big on red chili, but I do like, if I'm having like a hot dog, I do like a Michigan sauce or like a chili sauce.
Sure. Cincinnati sauce.
Yeah, I used
What's
to
that
growing
one,
up, we had Michigan.
spaghetti and chili?
Three-way, one-way, two-way, three-way.
Yep.
So you could get like spaghetti with Fritos and then with the chili, a three-way.
And then with cheese or something.
And then
cheese.
Yeah.
Station is available everywhere. In your car, at work, wherever you go. All you need is our free iHeartRadio app. Just say, play 630 KHOW on iHeartRadio.
Hold on. All right, now, Dr. Rosedale, we have to run. We're out of time. I want to have you back on again, but here's the deal. The good news is when you Google Ron Rosedale, Rosedale, everything comes up of yours. Your websites, your LinkedIn, your Facebook, your everything. Thank you for being here, Ron.
My pleasure. And I do want to mention real quickly that alcohol can lower stress, therefore cortisol, and therefore blood glucose. So it can be good.
All right. That's a good thing to close on. It can have beneficial effects. Of course, you can look up the Rosedale diet online and get all that information free off his websites, ronrosedale.com. I'm Tom Martino. Don't forget 303 Martino 24/7 for help.